After a big holiday weekend and week, we're back live. It's Tuesday. And don't ask me the date. It's Tuesday in September. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's great to be here with you live.
Hey now.
Man,
hey now.
Getting out of bed is rough. The thing I like about vacation is that...
It's not fun when you're at a thing like this.
Right.
Now you'll do this on a show and you'll all laugh and have a good time, but it's not fun, you know?
The thing I like about vacation is you get to stay up late at night.
Right.
But for me, late at night is 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you're not going to get past that anyway.
No, I fall right asleep like a baby.
The eyes start to close.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I'm all groggy and crap. But, yeah, it was a very restful week. I took it easy. I mellowed out. I relaxed a little.
How many ways are you going to say you slept?
I know. Don't I look terrific? Do I look good or what?
I can hardly see you.
Yes. Well, that's why I look at... Thank you. Thank you, Gilbert. Yes.
Sure.
By the way, here today, Robin, in addition to me, you, and Fred, it's Craig Gass sitting in.
Hello.
It's great to see Craig Gass, who just blew his nose while I was eating breakfast, and I want to throw up. If I throw up, you'll know.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody. I'm back.
And a bunch of other things will be going on today. We got some hot lesbo stories from a Playboy playmate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, things like this to get the show going.
Get you back to work.
Get us back to work. In fact, while we were gone, I heard that the Canadian government is after us again. They say and that the show is horrible. I don't have any articles. Maybe Gary has a few, or someone could fax us.
I did see a headline or something, but I didn't know. I don't even know where I was when I saw it. Could have been in Europe.
Did you? Oh, you were in Europe.
Yeah.
Look at you. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
You know, I'm a world traveler.
When did you go?
When we were on vacation.
No, but I mean, what day did you leave?
I left on the Friday.
Oh, no kidding. Where'd you go in Europe?
I went to France and London.
Wow. Where in France?
Paris. Gay Paris.
Yeah. And when did you get back?
Thursday.
Oh, that's a short visit.
Well, you know, we have short vacations.
Man, that's like a couple of days.
And I like to reacclimate.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think I read in the New York Times that there was a black person in Europe. That must have been you.
There's plenty of black people.
Are there really? I never see him.
It was really funny because Mr. X, you know, when we're in London, he says, you know, I really can't get used to these black guys with these accents.
Yeah, it's not fun. It is weird seeing black guys with British accents.
Acting proper.
Yeah, acting proper.
Hello.
Hello, baby.
I will not, Rodney. It is not for your pride.
Now, when, all right, anyway, so... Where was I?
I don't know.
Oh,
where were
all right, yeah, so there was a thing in the newspaper while we were away that I would be a great boyfriend to Nicole Kidman.
I saw that yesterday.
Because I'm the right height. She's looking for a tall guy. She's going everywhere she can to diss Tom Cruise.
Baby.
The only reason she wants press.
What is it? I mean, like she's a good-looking woman. She's certainly going to have no shortage of men. Why does this broad have to go around bad-mouthing Tom Cruise?
You know, I've always heard that in every divorce, one person wants it and another person doesn't.
Yeah, well, that's probably true.
So the person who doesn't then has to exact pain on the other person.
Yeah. It's just like, grow up. How old are you?
Isn't it embarrassing? I mean, you know,
I'm embarrassed for her.
You were married to this man. There must have been something good about him. You were trying to live the rest of your life with him.
Yeah, how about saying, I had Tom Cruise, I lost him, every woman wants him, I lost him.
I had him at his best.
I'm completely, I'm completely distraught over it. But to sit there and goof on the dude's height, I mean, hey, you married him,
That's
stupid.
Right. What were you thinking when you married him if he was too short?
So now I got to go out with her.
Well, you poor thing.
Yeah. So now I got to sit with that mental case.
You're going to have to help her get over Tom Cruise.
Yeah. And after I bang her a few hundred times, she's going to go in the newspaper and say, I'm going back to short men.
I hate tall men.
I'm sick of these tall freaks with their big nose and flabby cellulite-ridden ass.
I don't like wearing high heels. I want a short man.
Speaking of cellulite-ridden ass,
what?
I was watching TV, and I said to myself, I haven't watched MTV in a long time, and I like MTV. I tune it in, and they're running that Fakakta special again. I guess they're getting ready for the MTV Music Awards.
Yes, it's coming up this Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. And what they do is they have a show they run every year where Joel Gallen talks about me being Fart Man. And then they interview me, and they show my ass from when I was Fart Man, and it's friggin' huge and gross.
Well, this is why, people say that you should never do certain things. And this is why, because they'll come back to haunt you over and over and over.
Well, yeah. I'm telling you, all of a sudden, I happen to tune, I haven't tuned to MTV in months, maybe a year. All of a sudden I tune over, it's me, and all they talk about is Fart Man.
Your giant...
My giant ass. And my ass looks horrible. And, I want to say to people, my ass is in a lot better shape. It's not great, but it's in better shape than that now.
It doesn't look like that.
It doesn't.
Nobody will believe it.
I know. In fact, my girlfriend says the two questions she gets the most is it really that small? Number one.
And they expect her to answer it?
Yeah, I know. All right.
Oh, goodness. And the other question is?
The other question is, all right, the first question is this really small? And the second question is, I forgot the second question. I'm losing my mind. Man, there are two questions. You can never interrupt me when I'm in the middle of two questions. No, the first question is that small? And the second question is, what were we just talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. The second question is from her friends. You really go out with Fart Man? He's so gross. His body is so gross. She goes, no, he's got a nice body. But nobody believes it. They've
seen it.
Yeah.
You can't convince people after they've seen it.
Well, I went to a gym, not my normal gym that I go to. I went to another gym because my gym was closed on Labor Day. So I went to go work out. And you see these guys. I can't figure out how they do it. They're these big, muscular guys. Either they're on steroids.
They're muscular.
Because I watch my weight, and I go to the gym, and I'm skinny. I'm a skinny guy. These guys are built. I don't know how they get all that muscle. They got to be doing something illegal.
You think everybody who's got muscles was doing the juice?
Something. It's not, I don't understand it.
It's not right.
It's not right.
Where are my muscles?
Yeah. I saw some girl walking around. I don't normally go to a big gym, When you go to these big gyms, girls wear outfits. They might as well be naked when they're working out.
It's a show.
There's about 25 guys in this gym. There was one girl wearing, she was dressed like Wonder Woman. She had little hot pants. Little stretchy hot pants that just covered her cooch barely.
Oh, dear.
The ass, you know what their cooch is. It's what I love between your legs. And then a short little bra top, like a running top. But the shortest, skimpiest thing. Girl looked great. And she's squatting on the squat rack with her legs spread. And every guy is staring.
Yeah, how do you work out? Well,
I didn't. I was smart about it. I just stood and stared. I just looked. I said, screw it.
Break.
Yeah. I wish I wore my cod piece. So, she was putting on quite... And the girl walks around. She doesn't want to be bothered by anyone, but she does.
She's not speaking. She's looking up in the air. The nose is up.
Well, it was so weird because I'm walking through the gym, and I can't... There's so many floors to the gym, I couldn't find the weight room. You know what I mean? I couldn't find where the weights are.
You're wandering
I'd never
around.
been there before. I didn't know. So, I see this girl. I didn't even notice her. I just said, hey, where is the weight room? Well, she looked at me like I was trying to hit on her.
Dare you?
Yeah. So she walked away. Then
she wouldn't even answer you?
No. And then,
had no time.
Because she probably figured I'm hitting on her. I wasn't hitting on her. I was just looking for the weight room.
You could at least answer a person.
Wouldn't answer. So then I went up to some dude and I said, where's the weight room? He goes, oh, come on, I'll show you. So he can't win. But then I go up to the weight room. She's in there.
So now she thinks you're following her.
Yeah, right. And then she's doing the squats and the this and the that. And I'm like, wow, every guy has his head turned. I don't know how anybody gets anything done. What a friggin'
it's a
show. I liked it.
Well, maybe you ought to join a bigger gym so you can get this show all the time.
Yeah, it was too much. Too much of a show for me, man.
I used to go to this gym where Iman worked out.
Man.
And every time
What'd she wear?
In, she had to cover up.
Sweats and stuff. Yeah, that's a girl who doesn't want to be bothered.
She's trying not to be noticed.
Right.
But everybody knew it was Iman, so they couldn't work out either.
Yeah, every girl who doesn't want to be, bothered knows to wear sweats.
Right.
Come on. This girl wanted attention.
Of course, she was almost, you said her cooch was almost like...
Yeah, but she's walking around like, I don't want to be bothered, But meanwhile, you're naked. Yeah. You're completely naked. What are you doing? Of course you want to be looked at and bothered. There's no way you walk around that way and not want to be bothered.
Of course, you could wear clothes.
I know I'm entitled to wear whatever I want, but come on. You can't be naked. If I walked around in that outfit, people would look at me, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and disgust. Well, anyway.
That's the whole game. I don't want to be bothered, but I'm going to make sure everybody bothers me.
So much crap happened while we were away. I want to talk about it, but I got to take a break. Especially that I told you before we left that 14-year-old kid was 14. I think he's, I think the lie is...
he's still older.
I think he's 18. I honestly do.
You know what? It's amazing that he had done this with his other son as well. He has two sons.
Yeah.
One's older. He had lied about his age.
Really?
At another time on another team.
There's so many things that started to fall apart.
Right. I mean, why would this guy want his son to be that noticed with all the stuff he's got going on?
I know. They didn't send the kid to school for a year and a half.
Yeah. They didn't send the kid to school. There's something wrong with his immigration papers.
And his dad.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like, why not shine a light on, every bad thing you've ever done?
Carol, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. I just wanted to tell you that Robin's keeping a secret. She was on national television Saturday night. She was at the Open. The U.S. Open.
Are you keeping a secret?
It was a secret. I was on national TV.
Yeah, that's some secret. Is that right? You went to the U.S. Open?
Yes.
Someone offered me some tickets to that, but I thought it was too much of a zoo. I would love to go see the U.S. Open.
Too much of a zoo? That's the least of the zoos of all sports.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be... I just thought it was going to be like, like getting in and out of there is like a whole deal. Well, you don't get noticed the way I do.
Well, yeah, but don't those tennis stars get in?
Oh, but come on, they got a special way in. They don't
let you get in a special way.
No, they don't.
Oh, come on.
Nobody gives me a special way.
They're afraid of you being near the tennis people.
Well, Robin, you made a great comment about Crazy Cabbie. I thought that was really funny.
On national TV, you talked about Crazy Cabbie?
The guy who was interviewing me was a huge fan of the show. He says, would Crazy Cabbie like to see that guy take his shirt off?
Oh, whoa. Wait a second. Let me understand something. What channel was this on?
USA Network.
Oh. And you were at the Open, and they said, oh, look who's in the audience, Robin Quivers.
They flashed me up on the big screen and everything.
Ma, look at you. Your triumphant moment.
I'm the queen of tennis.
Yeah. Who'd you go with, Mr. X?
No. I went with some friends.
And were they on TV, too, or just you?
No, just me.
Oh. Girls?
Yeah.
Your witch group?
No, what witch group?
Were they witches? They were with you?
No, my next-door neighbor and her daughter.
Was it Robin's secret?
Was it... Witches?
No, they were not witches.
That was not your coven?
A kid and her mother.
I was, speaking of Robin, I was reading, I have like old New York magazines laying around and stuff.
Yeah.
I was reading one where they're talking about the Forum.
Right.
And you were interviewed in that.
Yes, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
That was a secret.
Then I'm reading like, if you call the Forum a cult, they sue you. So I'm not calling them a cult.
They do? I didn't know that.
They've sued some people. Like, if you say something wrong, they'll sue you. I'm like, well, then what are you so uptight about?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I don't know. I read it. I don't. It was a very negative article.
I know it was.
I mean, it was like, you know, anything by Werner Erhardt. Who's a Jew who changed his name. His name was like Joe Schwartz.
Yeah, but Earhart, is that really hiding?
Yeah, I guess. That's about as Anglo as you get, Earhart.
I don't know. That always smacks to me of fake name.
Yeah. Well, evidently it was the guy who started Est.
Yeah.
And then they, like, morphed into this thing. And I read that. I ain't going on that.
I know. You got to stay away. You're afraid.
I am afraid.
Be very afraid.
It sounds like a lot of nonsense. According to the article. I know you like it, but I ain't going.
I always say, you can offer people heroin and they won't look at you with, they won't change their expression. They'll say no thank you or thank you. If you tell people you went to the Forum, they look at you like you're crazy.
What was believe me, what was the heroin safer? What match were you watching at the U.S. Open?
I saw Jennifer Capriati.
Oh.
And then,
I was watching that Saturday night a little bit. I was at a restaurant. I was looking at it on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Saturday night. You watched Jennifer Capriati. Did she win?
Yes.
Did Pete Sampras win last night?
Pete Sampras won, yes. And Patrick Rafter was there the night I watched, too. That's what they were saying. Would Cabby like to see that guy with his shirt off?
And you mean the guy comes up to you, because that's an inside reference.
Oh, yeah.
The guy comes up to you who's on national television. It's probably their biggest viewership all year.
Right.
And he says, Robin from the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah, first he said, I can't imagine that anybody from your show is a tennis fan.
That was insulting.
I said,
why?
What would we be fans
Satan? I mean, what is the big deal?
Satan doesn't play tennis, so I got to watch these people.
Yeah, so, anyway, I can't imagine.
Asked you whether or not Howard ever went to the Open.
I did. I've been to the Open.
You have.
Yeah, I've been to the Open. But, I was thinking of going.
Well, it's even in a new place since the last time you were there. The stadium is just, the whole facility is beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I have a whole thing, like, I remember going to the U.S. Open, and you walk in, and like, people mob you.
You got to walk past a lot of people to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
It's a city.
You probably go in where the people who don't need to be mobbed go in.
Yeah. Well, like, how does Trump and Regis and all those people?
Well, I don't even think anybody's mobbed Regis.
So then what I would do is...
Trump even.
Yeah, then what I do is I put my hair in a hat and I go in. No one recognizes me.
Yeah.
But the problem is, then you're on TV and you look like a douchebag when they figure out it's you and you're in your hat. So I don't know. And so I was thinking of going. Then I said, you know what? This is getting too much. I'm putting too much thought into this.
If you don't enjoy tennis and just want to go, why go?
No, I enjoy tennis.
But if you don't enjoy tennis and just want to go,
right?
You really want to go. You hadn't thought of it.
Yeah.
Somebody offered you tickets.
Right. Yeah, anyway, so I didn't go.
I went on Sunday night, saw a couple of good matches, but I saw the Williams sisters played doubles. Mm-hmm. So everybody packed. They were in the smaller stadium, and it's just you sit wherever you can. So everybody's packed in there. I get my binoculars out. I look in the front row. Marion Barry sitting in the front row like he's the king of the court, man.
Former mayor of Washington, D.C., crackhead.
How do you get it?
Sitting there going like, hey, nobody...
He doesn't get mobbed when he goes...
Well, first of all, he's in the front row in like a special section, right?
Oh, yeah, he's a VIP.
And then
he's a distinguished mayor.
That's right. Didn't he just recently beat another rap?
Yeah.
Well, the weird thing is there's a lot more black people at tennis now that the Williams sisters play, especially when they play doubles. So... people were like goofing about Marion Barry being there, but nobody could talk too loud. And so the guy next to me
did the guy from USA Today say, "Hey, Marion Barry, what do you think of Cabby with his shirt off?"
I turned to my friend. I go, "Didn't they get him on camera buying crack from a?"
Right.
Yeah. Shouldn't he be ashamed?
Front row.
Yeah. How does he get front row tickets? He bought crack from a or something.
And not too long ago, he had to settle a case where he was accused of flashing a woman in a men's room or something.
But he's at the U.S. Open.
Right up front.
He should be in jail.
Listen to what our boy Casey's up to. So Casey went to the U.S. Open.
How do you get in
with
there?
a bunch of listeners? It was part of a promotion.
Oh, yeah, Tom asked me if I wanted to go.
Right.
Did you know that you can't yell and you can't talk and stuff like that? You got to be quiet.
No, you should be able to do whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
You should be able to yell at the game.
Dude. You should.
Yeah. Dude.
A couple guys I was with.
You were yelling?
I was not yelling, but some of the guys I was with
He's
were making...
never doing it.
We're making fart noises when the people were serving. Yeah. so the old ladies that were in front of us like kept looking around. You know, they're eating wine and cheese and stuff like that.
Right.
And I heard them say, "They'll let anyone into this place."
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was great. And you know, when they were serving,
yeah.
you know, like that, you know, like to make the noises. You know what? I watched it. It was the best time ever.
That's the one to see it again.
Back again.
And by the way, I normally would yell at you, but I'll tell you something. I'm glad you made noises during that game. I am so sick and tired of spoiled tennis players. Every other sport, the guys, they have to deal with crowd noise. Basketball people are shaking their arms.
Yeah, right.
Boy, what are you telling me? In tennis, you can't play with some noise?
Yeah, what makes them so special?
Exactly.
And golf.
Yeah,
you know,
golf.
Everybody has to quiet down because this guy's going to try to hit this ball.
You know what? Don't shush me. Let's see if this guy can. They can hit the ball with noise.
How does Mark McGuire hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball with people, flashballs, people screaming, and this guy can't hit a tennis ball?
Because it's a goof. Yeah. It's a goof.
They're just used to it.
Everybody who goes should make noise, make fart noises, and
drunk. We're drunk. We're betting on the games. Like, you know, I got rafted for $5.
Hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
Sporting event.
Pete Sampras is about to raise his racket. This is the winning point of the match. And he lips and... Wait a second. There's KC and his crew making fart sound effects. Then Sampras turns around. How dare you? I can't concentrate.
I'm stopping until they stop.
I wonder how Beetlejuice would feel about that last game.
Yeah. And let's go to Robin Quivers. How would Beetlejuice feel about that? I
saw them the other day. Somebody was playing and a piece of paper, you know, like a napkin or something, floated on the court. They stopped play to remove the napkin.
The English lady goes...
Can you imagine there's a napkin on the court? Well, there's a napkin on the court. Yeah, so hit the ball, stupid.
The English lady in the chair
dummy.
She goes, attention please. Quiet, please. The players need quiet. No cameras, please. Quiet. And then everyone quiets down.
I know, and you have to wait. It's like school.
And I heard the gayest thing. You know how, like, when the women hit, they make the noises?
Yeah.
I watched, what's that guy, Curidan?
Yeah.
He was the number one, whatever his name, the number one seed. Him and another guy were playing, and they were making noises. It was very gay.
It's really gay. Because it's like, yeah, you know, a guy going,
What was the broad that used to make that really weird noise?
Monica Seles.
Yeah, right.
She's still doing it.
She'd go,
yeah.
Imagine that broad in bed, big fat pig.
I'll never be able to go back. Yeah, that's the noise she makes.
Shut up. And then they tried to tell her, you can't make that noise. It's just...
Couldn't play.
She couldn't play. It's her secret noise. It's her powerful noise. Even the other players were like, hey, come on, give us a break.
She's disturbing us.
We're telling the audience to be quiet. Meanwhile, she's like, you know, just quiet.
Yeah, we're being quiet so we can listen to that. Well, now they are letting, you know, the tennis crowd is getting a little different, you know, because it used to be the most today crowd, you know, they serve strawberries and cream. They're serving vegetables and crudité.
Oh, really? It's like they're trying to class it up?
Now, well, no, they always did this. Now it's getting to be hot dogs and sauerkraut. And there were two guys sitting in the audience when I went there with Hershey hats on. They had these big silver hats with the kiss thing coming out of the top. Like, things are changing.
I tell you, I watched a women's match, and it was Martina Hingis playing. You know what? There's a lot of hot chicks that play tennis now, Howard. There's this girl, what's her name, Dockich?
Yeah,
or something like
Elena Dockich.
Really cute. Headlights on the whole match.
Better looking than another broad who's always showing her panties.
Not as good as Anna Kournikova, but up there. And guys are like, oh, she's the one with the crazy father. I bet she'd be really easy to get.
Yeah,
you know.
Nuts.
Go ahead. I don't know your name, but go ahead.
My name is Sean. No, you're not. Danny Almonte.
Yeah, Danny Almonte.
Yeah, you can't even. Nobody in the network could tell that that boy was older than 12 years old.
Everybody
knew.
Nobody wanted to say anything.
I said it. I said it right off. I said.
You know, I'm saying like Giuliani wasn't going to say anything.
Right.
They have to have it revealed first.
Okay, number one, the kid was about 15 inches taller than all the other kids. Number two, he has a voice like he has a full-grown set of nuts and hair.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
I mean, we were the ones you were, before we left, you were saying the boy was shaving before he went out on the
Shaving?
field.
This kid, he's paying child support. He's driving a cab on the side.
The first time you mentioned
He's
it,
got an ex-wife already.
They interview him and they go, well, how do you like the game?
The first time you mentioned it, though, on the air, Robert goes, no, you're off.
I was just doing the whole thing.
She was just playing devil's advocate.
But how about all these other kids on the other
You don't
team?
understand the show.
Robin is never wrong.
I didn't say anything. I was saying, tongue-in-cheek, oh, Howard, come on.
Not the
a lot
first
of the
time.
kids look like kids.
I don't remember the conversation anyway, so it doesn't make a difference to
But,
me.
I mean,
Gary
really,
does.
Gary.
But it's not fair to all these other little kids.
What?
It's not fair to all these other little kids.
Hey, you know what? It taught him a good lesson. Life.
Oh, yeah, that's
People cheat. Get over it. Big people cheat. Parents are nuts.
They are.
They are. Parents are nuts. And I watched that game, and I remember that I wanted to root for those Paulino All-Stars.
Why?
Because, I felt like in the middle of the game, all of a sudden, I knew that kid was 14. I was pissed off. And did you notice his attitude during the game, too? The kid was like biting his nails. He was too good for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was bored.
But one of the white moms gets up and goes, all we're hearing about, this is a woman from Ohio, all we're hearing about is these Paulino All-Stars and Amante, she couldn't even get his name right.
Yeah.
Dan Amante. What about our boys? What about our boys, with these people? So I said, this ratty, she's sitting there, putting down Amante. I was starting to root for him, but I knew that kid was
But my question
14.
is, isn't there a place for 14-year-olds to play?
Yeah, it's called Major League. Come on. What's the matter?
Come on. They
What, are you
don't play
kidding
the
me?
majors.
Sure they do. All right, listen, I got to take a break. There's tons of people on the phone. I promise you, if you just hang in through the commercials, I'll get to all of you because we got so much to talk about. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to a man with an ego bigger than Monica Lewinsky's ass and a nose to match. Howard Stern. Radio.
Stay tuned. The Howard Stern Show continues after these on BCN.
This is the Howard Stern Show.
Whatever. We're sitting here today. Craig Gass is in. He's going to be at Madison Square Garden next Friday and Saturday, September 14th and 15th. That's a big deal.
Yeah, me and Joe Rogan and Bobby Slayton.
Wow,
Nice
look at you.
lineup.
Boy, things have changed around for you after being on the Howard Stern Show, and some people appreciate it, some people don't.
Well, some people see, and some people don't.
Some people are blind, and the other ones can see. Obviously, Craig is someone who can see. Clearly through
Let's hope you never lose your sight.
We know people who have. All right, anyway, let me just get to a couple more phone calls because I promised if people hung in there. Also, the Jerry Lewis telethon, which I completely forgot about, was on this weekend, and the telethon used to be depressing because it's just, D-level celebrities who, I think all the big celebrities realize no matter how much money Jerry Lewis makes, there'll never be a cure for this disease.
And they find more diseases every time.
Yeah. The only way that there's going to be a cure is if we have stem cell research, which I'm going to talk about our president, and really, this guy, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why we got to get this guy out of office. I mean, I want to give him a chance, but he is proving to be a bigger moron than I thought. I mean, it's just... He should just get... I think the Senate and the Congress are going to get together and try and override what he's done. Because he's such a mental case. I mean, people should be marching in the streets. Do you know, I read an article today that said because of the initial stem cell research that's going on, they've already invented a way to create blood. Mm-hmm. Now, think about it. There's always blood shortages. We will have all this clean blood.
Yeah, and there's also contaminated blood.
Right.
Yeah.
We will have clean blood. They've already figured this out. our president wants to slow down stem cell research to the point where scientists are saying, listen, we don't even know what we're dealing with here. This guy's going to give us 60, whatever it is, 60 strands.
Did you also read that they said that the current, the stuff that they have now is like contaminated with rat stuff?
Yeah, they don't even know what they have. They need, when
rat
you're a scientist, you don't even know what you're looking for. When they were looking for a cure for polio, they didn't know they'd find it in mold.
Yeah, and don't limit them.
Yeah, don't limit scientists. If they got to chop up your grandma, let them.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
If they need your finger, let them have it.
Yeah. I mean, who cares? They're talking about regenerating people's spines who've been paralyzed.
Right. And all of those people sitting on that telethon would be helped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No more Jerry Lewis telethon. That's enough reason to have stem cell research.
No more Jerry Lewis.
Right. I mean, it's unfriggin' believable. And this guy's not a scientist. Well, I looked into it. I made my decision, and I never changed my mind. That was scary.
Let me remind you, he was a C student.
Yeah.
You don't want him looking into anything.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention some other stuff that's been going on lately with our president. Besides the month-long vacation. The guy just got in office.
When would you really notice that he's out of the White House?
Excuse me.
He's hardly ever there.
Where did he go on vacation? Went to Texas. Texans don't stay in Texas during the month of August. The month of August in Texas is so bad. It is so hot that it gets over about 120 degrees. He's got to go to Texas and chop wood.
He doesn't notice the temperature.
Every president since Abraham Lincoln has gone and chopped wood at their ranch to show that they're working class people.
Right.
He ain't chopping no frigging wood.
Even his father knew to go to Maine.
Yeah. But you don't stay in Texas in the month of August.
I read the best. Lady Bird Johnson, okay, who is Miss Texas, okay?
Right.
She said she didn't know about this place he went to until he went there.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. I was talking to a guy, staunch Republican. He's from Texas. I met him over the week, and he goes to me, he goes, this guy, he got out of Texas in the month of August. It's too goddamn. Yeah. But anyway, the stem cell research, people should be marching in the street. We would cure so many friggin' diseases.
In fact, all those MDA people who were just at the telethon, they should be in the streets.
How about that's what Jerry Lewis should be talking about. How about this scientist, one of the top American scientists, just moved to England because he can't take it. He says, I can't get anything done here anymore. He says, and this is just bowing to the religious right, the kook factor in the United States.
And that is what people are going to do. They're going to go where they can actually work without their hands being tied. They're not going to stay here.
And here was the guy who said that he was going to be inclusive and let everybody into government. Did you see? He's going to just make it okay for Mexicans to stay in the country, but no other racial groups?
No, nobody else.
Because he's bowing to the ethnic vote? I mean,
Texas has a lot of
Hispanics.
People who snuck in.
Yeah. He's gonna give carte blanche to the people who snuck in. He's gonna say everyone who's here illegally can be here. Hey, I'm not going to make you a citizen, but I'm not going to go after you.
Right.
And we're going to make it okay. So you have to say to our president, well, does that mean...
What do we mean?
Does that mean that other racial groups can stay here too? It means no. Only if you're a Mexican immigrant.
Right.
And I mean, how about this whole idea that Bush is going to give government funds to churches and church groups to take care of the nation's problems? Now think about that for a second. Think about how whacked out that is for a second. You know why? You're saying, hey, the local church will get money, they're going to help. Yeah, the local church. What happens when the Scientologists, when the Moonies, all that are classified as religions go, hey, give us government money, we'll help people too? How are you going to feel about that?
Even those local churches, I don't know what they believe.
Forget about the Jesus freaks and the Jews, okay, two religions you know about. What about Satanists? Their religion. You got to give every religious group. You're opening the door to every friggin' whacked out religion that's come down the pike. Once you say you're going to give funds to religious groups, you're going to hand over my hard-earned taxes to religious groups. Are you crazy? No, you can't open up that can of worms. This guy's insane.
Religious groups are now figuring out just what programs they're going to have.
You got to listen to what this guy's saying. Oh, you know what? We're going to get religious groups. We're going to get, he's thinking his local church. He doesn't realize. Once you do this.
Because that's exactly what it is. I went to a program at my church. And I was saved.
Yeah, it was good. But,
so we should open it up to the churches.
Oh, wait till you see everybody see the millions of federally funded dollars going to Scientology, going to Moonies.
But he doesn't even realize there are other religions.
No.
That's how dumb.
He just doesn't even understand what he's dealing with. It's a huge statement to say I'm going to give money to religious groups.
It's it, because when I was over in Europe, I was talking to some people, and they were like, do you people actually like your president?
No.
You know,
we didn't even vote for him.
Are you, like, really stupid enough?
No, but you tell him he lost the election.
Well, that's what I said. I said he's running around acting like he got this incredible mandate.
Yeah.
He's acting as if he won a popular election.
Yeah. I mean, the stem cell research thing, every scientist is screaming bloody murder. They're going, listen, this guy just doesn't even understand what he's dealing with.
And you have to wonder, who did he talk to in the first place?
Well, anyway. I want to support the dude. Believe me, I do.
Well, he's the president.
Yeah. You think our government's whacked out? And I could go into this for hours about what's going on. You know? I mean, don't even get me started.
But in Europe, they hate him. And he goes over there. We don't even read half the stuff he says, because I guess they won't put it in our papers. They say he goes over there and makes stupider statements than you can believe.
Mr. President, Lord Vishnu wants his funds. Who? Lord Vishnu. That ain't no religion, is it? No, you gave billions to the Catholic Church. You have to now give it to every church. Lord Vishnu, who's that?
Excuse me, Mr. President, we're giving money to an 8-armed god.
Yeah, right, an 8-armed god. I didn't know there was such a god with 8 arms. Yeah, stupid. Oh, Vezmir. We're doomed.
Well, it's 4 years. He can't do so much damage, can he?
Well, they're going to try and overturn the stem cell research. That's all I care about, because Jerry Lewis can raise $56 million all he wants, which was the amount of money he raised, something like that. But Jerry Lewis, man, he must be really ill, man. His head is the size of Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Anybody tune this thing in?
I thought I was watching the WB, and he was on Channel 9.
I thought it was one of those things Buffy the Vampire slays. And it's a real scary telethon. You know how the telethon was always scary? Now it's so scary because Ed McMahon, I guess Ed's dieting, so he's all shriveled up and shrunk.
He looks like a skeleton.
And Jerry's shaking now, and big fat head and the turkey neck and the...
I call it bullfrog neck, because it's not even like hanging. It's big, and, it looks like he's storing something in there.
Well, squirrel nuts. But Jerry Lewis was holding up pretty good, you got to admit, for like a 70-year-old dude. He was looking pretty good for a while, but now it's pretty scary.
It's happening.
Yeah. I mean, then he sang the song at the end. I think, and you know how he starts crying during You'll Never Walk Alone? Well, I think he's crying for himself. I mean, honestly. Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with kids. The guy's 100 years old. What a scary telethon. I'll give you a little of Jerry singing.
Well, I was tempted to call in so they could find out what's wrong with Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's got an illness. I want to sing Your Kids Will Never Walk at All.
Oh.
I mean, unless you have stem cell research.
Well, I don't know if they mentioned that during the whole telethon.
And I'm sure that all of you people at home have got to have a wonderful feeling for being responsible for that number.
56 million?
We ought to be able to cure everything.
Yeah. Give it to me. I'll find a cure.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for being there and helping us do this.
Lee's like, you know what? I'm a professional musician. I'm going to now play music. Lee would be like, what? Lee. By the way, the guy's name is Bob. Lee, I have a giant head. Lee, my head is 5 times the size of normal human beings.
When you walk through a storm.
Change songs.
Head up high.
Your big head up high.
That's a hard thing to do when you got Jerry.
Jerry's doing this because he loves people, but I'm thinking he's doing it just because he likes to be on TV, and it's the only thing left for him. No offense. And the other thing is they use that Jerry Lewis insignia, the one with him with the skinny Jerry when he was like 18 years old.
Right, he's still Jerry from when he used to work with Dean Martin on the logo.
Yeah, I think they got to update that.
Silver song of a lark. Water rain.
I think he died 2 years ago. They just prop him up.
This is on computer.
Though your dreams be tossed and blown, walk on. You'll never.
You know who I think about? Yeah. I see Ed McMahon and Jerry Lewis, and they look like two cadavers. And I'm thinking about, they both have like young kids at home, like 6-year-olds or something.
Yeah.
And when those kids see Dad, I mean, he's like the crypt keeper.
Oof.
Like, that ain't right. That's got to be scary.
I would think so.
Come here, son.
They go to another person's house and they go, how come your dad's not scary?
Yeah. How come your dad can still, like, function?
How come your dad doesn't shake?
Walk alone. You will never walk alone. Walk on, with hope in your heart, and you will never.
Thanks for that great song.
How come your dad always cries?
Why is your dad crying every 5 minutes?
Dad, a big pussy.
That's too much. I love it.
Wow.
So, Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to be with you. Artie Lang is here.
Hey.
One of my favorite people.
Hey now.
Thank you.
Hello, people. Dig Deep Down from Planet X. Song I recorded a couple of years ago, and I still don't know what I'm saying on it. I have no idea. I defy. Yeah, it's good stuff. I defy you to understand what I'm talking about. Teabag Ball Sack from the band Confederate Fag will be here today. I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Now, he won't be performing.
I don't believe Teabag Ball Sack will be performing.
Does he teabag people?
Well, I think he's gay. I guess he's gay because the band is Confederate Fag.
Right.
And,
it would be terrible if it wasn't.
Right. I mean, it'd be disappointing.
Well, wait a second. I got to be honest with you. Teabag Ball Sack, the only reason he's coming in is because someone said, do you want to book Teabag Ball Sack? I said, I don't know who the guy is, but I'd love to promote for 3 weeks that Teabag Ball Sack is coming in.
You never even asked what he did. Yes.
Yeah, Teabag Ball Sack tomorrow. So whenever you say that, people tune in.
Right.
So we don't know who this guy is.
Or what he does.
And we don't care. Winfred's Money, Ozzy Osbourne.
I wondered, Ozzy Osbourne today?
Yep.
Okay. I thought I'd missed it.
Ozzy's coming in tomorrow. P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. P. Diddy.
I'll believe that one.
No, P. Diddy will be here.
Yo, how?
Yo, how?
Yo.
Wait a minute. Is he P. Diddy? He's not Puff Daddy.
No, he's P. Diddy. And let me tell you something. A lot of people say, how do you get the great rap artists to come in here? Number one, I wear Sean John shirts.
All you have to do is wear the clothes?
I wear rap clothing, gangsta wear. All right? I'm a little out of the demographic, but I do it. I wear the P. Diddy shirts, Sean John, and I wear Fat Phone.
Will you be wearing some Sean John tomorrow?
That's right. I'll be wearing Sean John.
In honor of?
P. Diddy. Number two reason a lot of the great black stars do my show, because they consider me black. That's right. A lot of black people consider me black. They feel I'm an outlaw, a gangsta, and they know that I grew up in the hood. In the hood.
That's it.
Number three reason. I've got great coke.
Yes.
That's right.
That might be number 1, 2, and 3.
That's why Artie Lang is there. That's why Fred's here.
That's what keeps me here.
Keeps everyone in the show.
Keeps coming back.
That's right. Now, in all honesty, P. Diddy will be here tomorrow. He's scheduled to be here. Coming soon, Ringo Starr.
Now, how do we get Ringo? I understand P. Diddy.
Because Ringo thinks I'm black. My favorite Ringo moment was at Bangladesh, the concert for Bangladesh, 1970-something. I don't remember exactly, but...
Dark Ages.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, Ringo forgot the words to Photograph.
Oh,
I think it was, yeah. Was it Photograph?
Don't Come Easy.
Yeah, Don't Come Easy. That was the one.
They don't come easy, those words.
Hey, you know...
It sounds like when you forget the words to a prayer in church.
Well, let me tell you something. It's not easy to remember words.
You know, it's just not fun when you have a thing like this, okay?
It's not funny. Teabag Ballsack will be here.
I can't wait.
I can't either. All right, listen, I have to take a break. How come I don't see any reviews for that new Billy Crystal movie?
It isn't out yet. It'll be out on Friday, right?
Oh, today's Thursday. That's okay. I was looking in the paper to see the reviews.
You're so
It's
anxious.
not funny. It's not fun.
Who knows? Maybe it's brilliant.
Here's your review.
Billy, what do you think of your own movie?
Funny. It's not fun.
What do you think of us talking about your new movie?
It's not funny. It's not fun.
Right. All right, I got to take a break. We'll get to your phone calls next.
You know,
also,
it's just not fun when you have a thing like this, okay?
Yeah, hey, don't interrupt me.
You do this on a show and you'll all laugh and have a good time, but it's not fun.
Easy.
You know?
All right, we're going to be back right after these words.
You're listening to the same thing the guy in the car next to you is listening to. The Howard Stern Show.
Farm animals.
Howard Stern Productions.
Howard Stern Productions.
Howard Stern.
Hi, everybody. I don't know if you could hear me. Hey, you remember the other day I was on the air and I was playing some tapes you can order on the internet that...
The moaning tape?
Well, yeah, the girl who talks, like she gives you phone sex.
Yeah.
But it kind of... It didn't... One of them was pretty cool, but it was the same chick on each tape.
And it seemed to go on an awful long time.
Yeah. Evidently, I'm out of the loop on this one because they got a whole bunch of tapes now that deal with sexual fantasies. Like, they got a tape that some guy sent me, said, hey, Howard, play this on the air. Trucker fantasies. This is for guys who drive trucks.
Now, do you play this while you're in your truck?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. I'm going to play that for you in just a minute. I want to take a few phone calls, but...
It's a hot chick who shows up with coffee.
No, yeah, well, you got to hear. I heard one of them. One's called like Girls Night Out, but it's called Trucker Fantasies. They got a ton of tapes like this. In fact, some guy was calling. I don't know if he's still on the air. That they got a whole set of black chick tapes.
Oh, yeah. You can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Any flavor. Huh?
Oh yeah. But they're audio tapes. They're not video. And the girls talk to you. I guess you play them in your car, but it's kind of hard to beat it when you're in your car.
Yeah, this is what I don't understand.
Not really.
Why?
There you go. Talk to us about that, Artie.
Oh, it depends on the car.
Have you done that?
Well, not while I'm driving.
Well,
whoa, somebody else is driving, you're sitting next to him?
At the Vince Lombardi rest stop and on the turnpike.
Ronnie, the limo driver, does it when he's driving.
Really?
Does
Yeah.
he really? See, he's a professional.
I forget what happened, but it involved a glove. And... Hey, Ronnie, refresh our memories.
And that way does NASCAR?
This is not all the time.
No. It was like something
occasion.
Something happened to him, and then I hope I got the right story. I hope it was Ronnie who did this. Remember, with a glove or something? I wrote about it in one of my books. Ronnie, was it you?
In the car.
All right, tell the story again.
It was a long time ago.
Well, all right. That's okay. Let him to say that.
A real long time ago.
He was a different guy back then.
Yeah, exactly.
And now,
He wasn't a husband and a father?
No.
What happened? Why would a guy... What happened?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
You were driving a truck? Yeah, he used to drive a truck.
Oh.
But like 100 years ago.
This was another life.
Yeah. And you were...
No, I don't know.
Why were you doing it in the truck?
No, I don't think I was... No, I wasn't driving a truck. It was even before that, I think.
He was driving a scooter.
It was a long time ago, man.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
We've established
Do you not remember the story, seriously?
No, I really don't.
But didn't you use a glove?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was definitely a glove.
Yeah. He was done. You know, I guess he got horny. You got horny, right?
Right.
Were you driving a long distance? What was the deal?
I don't remember the deal.
It was a long time ago. I can't remember. It's hard to remember.
See, I don't think you were the guy in the book that I wrote about. There was a...
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, all right. Okay.
It was me. But you didn't mention any names.
I
You never mentioned the name at the time. Now you mention the names.
Oh, I didn't realize.
No.
Well, if you don't want to talk
it's all right. It's okay.
Go out and come in again with a bag on your head.
What was the story?
No, I did this twice. It isn't so bad. I was coming back from Ohio once.
Yeah.
And, you just start getting, like,
horny.
Yeah.
Or is it to stay awake?
Well, actually, it helps to stay awake.
That would put you to sleep.
No, if you are, you get the, where you're falling asleep and stuff.
Yeah.
If you do this.
Yeah, but once you get relaxed and you do that, you want to fall asleep.
No, what the story was with me, the real story was, I was driving a truck, okay?
Okay.
And I was coming back from Massachusetts.
Right.
And there was this chick in a car.
Right.
And she pulls alongside of me.
Yeah.
She's wearing this mini skirt.
Yeah.
And
you can see right...
oh, yeah. I mean, you can see right into the car. And some of these chicks are into it, too, and they know the guys are looking.
Right.
So they start putting on a whole show for you sometimes.
Oh, and she did.
And then they take off, and they know you can't catch them, so... And now you're all wound up here in this truck, all by yourself,
So while you're driving, you did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you get your pants...
Take your eyes off the road?
No, you're on a highway.
Do you pull your pants down?
Nah.
Like you just open up your...
Yeah, exactly.
Then you rub up against stuff?
Nah.
Really mind
You do it the right way.
I like pulled
the
down
right way.
I was on the LIE and I was falling asleep once, and I started doing it just to keep me awake. And a friend of mine pulled up alongside of me.
And saw you.
Said, John, you playing football? I'm like, yeah.
But they can't see in down there.
No, thank God. I always try and,
A truck driver could see in.
Oh, yeah.
They
Don't
can
ever
see
go by a
everything,
truck driver. Yeah, you definitely see.
I had a guy...
I was thinking of Scott DePace. He made an invention, that video caddy, where you strap a video camera to your golf bag and then you can videotape yourself in your golf swing. So I'm reading yesterday, there's a new app where you just take your iPhone and it records your golf swing and analyzes it for you.
But how do you record it, see? That's
with the
question.
iPhone.
No. Where do you put the iPhone?
Someone has to hold it. Exactly, Robin.
Yeah.
You're on it. Someone needs to either hold it or you need another device like mine to hold it.
Are you afraid that this is the end of the video caddy?
No, this is just more vindication that there's a need for that sort of thing.
Well, are you going to adapt the video caddy to hold the iPhone?
Are you going to get an app? Video caddy is very bulky.
The iPhone video sucks. You only get so many frames, so it's not going to be that great. In the future, it will.
Right.
And I have thought about making a Video Caddy Junior.
Right.
But not for the iPhone, for just smaller cameras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I heard the wrap-up show yesterday. Gary's fighting with everyone. Scott DePace.
I heard a little bit of that yesterday.
Where the hell that came from?
Into it.
Over the Jet game or something.
Well, it started with the Jet game. Then he got into that I can't accept anyone else's opinion. But that's the same rap against him.
We got Scott DePace here, and Gary said you guys had a little bit of a tiff.
I got so mad.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable. I was just discussing my opinion of the game, and Gary doesn't allow anyone to have an opinion, apparently.
See, I disagree. I think you're that way. And your opinion of the game was wrong because you were wrong.
See? It's an opinion, Gary. Look, the Jets suck. They did not, in my opinion, win that game by things that they did. Yes, their defense played well, but the Chargers...
Defense played very well. They had their running back blew open their defense, busted it open, and
blew open their defense. The Chargers obviously had a bad D there. It wasn't set up. The safeties were all to the outside. They weren't prepared to.
So it was correct play calling.
Yeah, one friggin' play.
The line that you said today that pissed me off the most was, Chargers dominated the game. So I said, well, I'm looking here, and I see that the Jets actually had the ball 1 minute longer than the Chargers. He goes, oh, they eat up clock by running the ball and running the ball.
The fourth quarter,
I said, that's called football.
They knew they didn't. Well, but that's why they had more clock time. That's not the point. The Chargers had more offense.
You're such a baby.
Yeah.
You are. You're such a. You're never. You're never.
I have an opinion. I'm sorry that you don't agree with it.
It's a dumbass opinion.
Yes, just to recap so we can move on. Your opinion is the Jets suck.
The Jets suck. I hate them. I hate all New York teams, to be honest.
This is more about this arrogant attitude that you sometimes get.
So you're Mr. Perfect, and I'm like wrong, no opinion,
I'm not saying
and arrogant attitude.
I probably admitted
if I'm arrogant attitude, what the hell are you?
I probably admitted to you way more times that I've been wrong about something than you ever have to me.
Retarded.
But what's retarded? I can.
How many? You got a list of them?
No, but I have the ability to walk in and go, you know what? You're right. I was wrong about that. But you don't. No, you don't. You've never done that ever.
Absolutely.
No, you don't. You're never wrong.
Well,
so what could Scott say about the Jets that would kind of make you feel better about the whole thing?
I don't really.
No, I think Gary's referring more to Scott's ability to admit when he's wrong about anything, not just this particular instance.
When I have an opinion that is not,
it's unmovable.
It's an opinion. That's what it is. It can sway. Of course, it comes from somewhere. It comes from somewhere.
Your opinion
so just
never
because
swayed.
it's not the same as yours.
No, I'm saying your opinion.
That's the point. With Gary, it's got to be just like
your
his,
opinion never
or else it's
sways.
no good.
Look at who's talking. You're the one who your opinion never moves. Never. You're right.
Yours.
Everybody else is retarded.
Give me the fucking opinion you're talking about, and I'll tell you if I'll change it.
I think the issue is in general, do you have the ability to take some information somebody gives you and maybe see a different side of it?
Absolutely. The other day in the studio, I had an idea of how to fix something. My lighting guy had another idea. We ended up going with his idea. How about that?
Go out on a limb.
Do you think Gary is more arrogant than you are?
Yes.
But wait a second.
Based on what?
You don't think you're
based
arrogant.
on my opinion.
But you don't think you're arrogant at all, correct?
No, I don't think it's arrogance. I think it's confidence.
Wait, what's
it's not a cliche.
Just for real quick? What's the definition of arrogance?
Somebody who thinks they know more than everyone in the room,
and
makes my definition.
And makes a point of letting you know that.
I was talking about my opinion. To me, is just as valuable as anyone else's. So, fuck you.
I wasn't sure why Gary was harping on you for that.
Yeah.
In other words, Scott DePace said, like Scott doesn't, like you know how John Hines, like a TV expert all of a sudden?
Right, that was what it was. Like he was like, they were arguing about why he should accept John's opinion, why John's opinion is
yeah,
so
and
important.
I was kind of on Scott's team. I was like, well, yeah, my opinions are worth something, and that's it. I believe in what I believe in.
If it had to do with the business end, all right, I'll take his opinion. But as to what something as subjective as media, forget it.
Can I chime in, Howard? Yeah. Scott's entitled to his opinion. That's not what we're talking about. I'm saying that Scott doesn't want to hear anyone else's opinion. And he basically said, you can give me your opinion, but it won't change mine. And I'm like, well, why can't you be a little open? Maybe something should hear something.
No one has ever given you an opinion and changed your mind on something?
I'm sure. I can't think of anything, but
that's
I'm
crazy.
Sure.
like I'll be thinking something like Robin will say to me, yeah, but what about this? And I'll go, I never thought of it like that. Maybe you're right.
Scott said during the wrap-up show that you would be like a little girl to change your opinion, swaying back and forth. And I was like, just like you always take people's opinions and then you can formulate your own.
Gary, my opinions come from somewhere. They don't just come.
Hey, but Scott, you've never had an experience where someone said to you, hey, let me give you some information on that. And then you go, oh, right. Yeah, okay.
I didn't know that. And that might change my
I'll
opinion.
give you a good example.
All right.
Some of my television opinions have come from you.
Right.
Now, I originally thought that there was a lot of things we were doing on the show wrong. And eventually now, through years of experience, I've learned that one of them is your shot.
Right.
I used to always want to see you tighter.
Right.
But now it's fine.
You took a good look at me and you realized I was right.
Yeah.
In fact, we're trying to figure out.
That's not a good example.
If there's a way to bring the camera back further, if this is possible on Howard
Put
TV.
the camera in another building.
Right.
I also start cutting to you less. I'll use a lot more wide shots.
Right,
when you're speaking.
Yeah, so your opinion has been swayed on certain things.
How many years did that?
That took forever. You have no idea how many bad camera shots there were before I could convince him.
Wow.
That's not swaying his opinion. That's his boss telling him what to do.
No, that was him. That was him agreeing that I was ugly. Can you move the camera to Germany?
Just because I'm not a sponge, and look, I am very confident.
Sponge is a bad thing?
But take that. What do you mean? Just because you're not a sponge? That's what I was getting at.
I'm not just a person with no opinions who just walks around looking for other people to direct me. I've got my views.
But a sponge might be a good thing because you take in a lot of information and then you
process
form an opinion, and you're open to the fact that new information might impact something you think now.
Who needs new information?
I set that in stone.
He really believes that, though. He's like, I got my opinions. Why do I need to? He said, like, why do I need to know what other people think? I know what I think.
I think it's quite obvious to me where this comes from.
You think new information is for girls?
No. I think it's quite obvious.
You said it was girly.
This comes
It's girly
from,
to get new information.
This,
But let me ask you something. Remember they used to believe... Remember they used to believe the Earth was flat? Do you think it's feminine that someone went and looked into it and said, no, the Earth is
round?
round?
What I meant is like a spineless type, a guy who just doesn't have any beliefs and
no, but let's say you
wavers
believe
in the wind.
Let's say you believe the new health care plan is bad, okay?
Yeah.
And someone comes to you and says, listen, here's a couple of things I've learned about the new health care plan. And then they mentioned 20 things. And you said, wait a second.
Yeah,
10 of those things I didn't know. Maybe
right.
I feel differently.
I've got
now.
another example.
Is that girly?
Jason and I, but if I sat there and go, I don't know anything about healthcare, tell me what to believe.
But you can certainly listen to someone's opinion.
Jason and I were just talking about free trade a little while ago, and he made some good points. And
so he swayed you.
Not
I don't know that
necessarily.
he swayed me. He
got you thinking.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
but
so
at
that's
the
good.
same point, I had some that hopefully got him thinking.
Did you feel feminine when you started to think maybe he's right?
Did you want to put on a dress?
I think you think giving in is feminine.
I think it's obvious where this viewpoint that you guys
Are
have
you saying
Jason
turned you into a girl?
Exactly. I think he is kind of girly.
What are you saying? This what?
Can I explain myself?
Sure.
I think where this opinion that I don't accept anyone else's opinion comes from, it all comes from politics.
Right.
You guys believe that since I'm a Republican, I should be following you because
I'm not a Republican.
And
I believe in many things the Republican Party believes in.
Yeah. And
why do you say yeah?
Well, because I think that's where Gary gets this from. That
you don't know that. You never asked me. I'll tell you, Howard, this is how stupid this is. This argument started yesterday because Scott said, who's a big San Diego Chargers fan, the Jets didn't win that game. The Chargers lost.
And I stand by that.
That's what everyone's saying. That's an absurd statement.
No,
it's not.
It is because. Listen, the Jets went out and won. You could say, well, the San Diego Chargers defeated themselves when they couldn't get a field goal and the guy couldn't
Allow
kick.
me to give you an example.
But maybe they choked. Maybe because the team put a lot of pressure on them. But maybe the Jets put pressure.
Allow me to give you an example. Let's say there was a game. Let's say there were a game where
they had an opponent and they failed.
Let's say there were a game where Chargers have they get 400 yards on the ground. They keep getting right near the end zone.
But the Jets stopped them.
They keep getting right near the end zone and they fumble every time.
But the Jets
somehow
them.
score and they win the game. Wouldn't that be the Chargers beat themselves and not?
No, it means the Jets were standing on the field and blocked them.
Sounds like they
when the
must
Charger
have
quarterback
run into a defense they couldn't handle.
Scott, listen to me. When the Charger quarterback
you're pretending that the Jets weren't standing there.
Listen to me. When one of the big ways that they won, one of the touchdowns that the Jets got was when the Chargers quarterback threw the ball to a receiver, Gates, who was not looking for it.
Okay.
So someone made a mistake.
Sure.
It went right in the arms of the Jets defender.
Maybe,
he didn't have to do anything except catch the ball that went right in his gut.
Maybe all of those circumstances happened when the Jets took them by surprise and turned up the defense and actually were stronger opponents than they expected.
Hey, Scott, maybe it was the pressure the line put on the quarterback. You can't diminish what the Jets did that day. And then my favorite one.
What? Wait, Gary, wait. Let me finish that thought. No. My turn.
Gary, say something.
Sean Green had a 53-yard run, right? Oh, my God. He didn't even have to hit anybody. He went right through the Chargers defense. And I was like, well, okay, should he not have done that?
That one is not as strong of an example. But
listen to me.
Change
your
back
opinion.
To that same.
Become a girl and change your opinion. You're being silly.
Back to that same point. Couldn't it have been that the Chargers just did not? They had a mental error where he was supposed to throw to a certain position.
And why did they have the mental error?
You got to credit the team that played them.
And the Chargers had a season where all of these things usually worked for them. You got to say there must be something about the other team that's making them miss now.
It could be the playoffs. They did it 3 years ago against the Patriots. They did the same thing.
Thank you.
You guys are all wrong. I'm right.
All right. Thanks.
Now I feel better.
Well, who won the game?
The Jets.
The Jets. Okay, that you know. All right.
And I give them.
And I guess the Jets stood there and somehow won the game.
And they're going to lose bad.
Because San Diego's just threw the whole game.
The Jets didn't put anything
No, they didn't put any pressure on them.
And they didn't put pressure on San Diego. They just let San Diego give them the game.
Yeah.
Whatever. They suck.
Listen, let me tell you something. When you play those video games, maybe you're better than some of these little kids.
I'm not.
But
I suck.
All right, so let's say, but every once in a while, okay, you suck. Every once in a while, you beat one of them, right?
Yeah.
Now, why did you beat them? Because you were on your game. Generally, you're not better than them, but once in a while, you come through.
Allow me to tell you why do I suck?
Win?
Because I take chances that other people don't. I go run around with my machine gun shooting people. I should be hiding behind barrels like they are.
Right.
But I would rather play a certain way, so I'm killing myself.
All right.
So
all right,
you're losing the game.
That's insane.
Okay.
You're insane. All right, get out of here. And really, make my shots look better. That's what I'm interested in.
And the Video Caddy's a great product.
All right. There you go. Video Caddy thriving, even though he's getting some pressure from the apps on iPhone. Wow. See what I work with? Wow.
Amazing.
That's some team I've put together.
Scott, so you had an argument with Gary the other day.
We always have arguments.
Why?
He and I just don't mix a lot of, like, politically, I think a lot of is where a lot of it comes from. And he's a lot like me. Like, his opinions can't be swayed, and neither can mine. So
why would your political differences carry over to, like, sports?
Well, I think, the political differences are at the essence of why we always disagree. And the minute we go and disagree about something like sports, it comes right back to politics. So I don't know. I thought I made a good argument why the Jets didn't exactly win the game. It was the Chargers who lost it. No one else buys it, so fuck them.
Gary, so you and DePace were arguing about the football game, and you were saying how, like, it's impossible to have a conversation with him when he thinks something.
Right.
What is it like just trying to have a conversation with him when he's so set on his opinion?
It's just he's like, I know you're talking, but I don't really care what you have to say.
Has he always been like that?
Yeah. Yeah, but I like him. It's one of when you're friends with DePace, that's what you get. I got my flaws too, and I guess people say when you're friends with Gary, that's what you get.
Now he was saying that that's not necessarily true, and one of his examples was when Howard didn't like his.
Yeah, but that was a horrible example because that's a boss telling someone this is the way I want it, as opposed to when Scott and I have these discussions. I was like, well, what do you think? What about this? What about that? He's like, I don't want to hear it. Your opinion doesn't mean anything to me. You can have your opinion, but your opinion doesn't mean anything to me.
Do you think sometimes he does this on purpose? Because he seems like he's being a prick.
No, I don't think he does it on purpose. I think he just thinks that his opinion is what he believes. He's like, I have an opinion that I believe in. Why would I want to hear anyone else's? And that's what makes me crazy. But I don't think he does it in a malicious or an asshole way. It just sometimes comes across that way, but I don't think he's going out of his way to be a dick.
Hey, Billy, you want to play Guess Who's the Jew real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Here he is, the worst Nazi, Kurt Waldheim Jr.
I am not a Nazi, I'm a Republican. Jews in the ground, in a big, big mound.
Wow.
By the way, this football season, go Jets, 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 Jets. I am a Jets fan. I hate the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
Because it is owned by the half-Jew Jim Irsay.
You know everybody's ethnic background.
Woody Johnson is not a Jew, so that's why I'm for the Jets.
Right.
Here's Robert Wood Johnson IV. Jews don't do juniors.
Right.
So that's why I am for the Jets and against the Colts.
All right. Now, you are a leading expert on Jews.
Right.
So if you wanted to...
And I am not a Nazi. I never toasted Anne Frank over a fire like a Boy Scout at a weenie roast. And if you believe that, you'll also believe that half a porch monkey Tiger Woods didn't fuck every white whore he could from coast to coast.
So you don't like black people either?
Not crazy about black people cobbling Asians. I'm not crazy about apes, Aunt Jemimas, brownies, camel jockeys, chinks, Christ killers, coolies, cunt-eyed, yellow-skinned Chinamen.
Did the Jews cause the earthquakes in Haiti?
Absolutely. Right. They made a deal with the devil.
I just figured out how to stymie the Nazis. You just give your kid a junior name.
Right.
Or a fourth, and then they
We're not fooled.
All right, Kurt, we need your expertise here. You are the host.
But of course.
You're going to give us... explain it again, because we haven't played it in a while.
I will give you 3 people.
Okay.
In each category, I have a few categories. You can pick from a category. 3 people. One of them is a Jew. The other two are not. You have to pick the Jew.
You have to choose the Jew, and he will get the $711 from 7-Eleven.
What is this man's name?
What is your name? What?
Billy.
Who?
Billy.
Oh, not a Jew. Not with
Not a
Billy.
Jew. My name's Guillermo, but we'll go.
Why can't we hear Billy?
I know, that music is driving
I'm trying to
Billy
read
out.
and run the sound effects at the same time.
Well,
having a hard time with this.
Billy, are you a Jew?
Absolutely not.
All right, do you know Jews?
Yeah, I know you.
Well, beside me, I'm only half
Yeah,
a Jew.
I know Jews. Come on.
You mean you work with them, Frost?
Do you work with Jews?
I do.
What type of work are you in?
I do a truck. I drive a truck, but the Jews obviously don't drive the truck. They're
No, they own the truck, Billy.
Exactly.
All right, so the people, so you know some owners of trucks.
Correct.
Right. There's no Jewish truck drivers?
No, there's not actually.
The only Jewish truck drivers are the ones that were driving the buses to Buchenwald.
All right.
And we shoot them at the end of the room.
So this gentleman does know Jews. Do you like Jews?
I love Jews, Howard. Do you want me to tell you how to say Jew in Italian?
Yes.
We say Musa de Juch. You know what that means?
No.
That means horse face.
All right. So you...
I think I found a kindred spirit.
All right, so you're generally good at spotting Jews.
Yes.
You can pick one out of a room?
Come on, let's go.
All right, here we go. Let's see how good you're at it.
All right, I'll give you 3 categories. You pick the category first. Spider-Man or Spider-Jew, stars of Buttfuck Mountain, or Maple Leaf Jewess, which would be Canadian Jewesses.
All right, which category do you want?
I got to go with Spider-Man, Howard.
All right, Spider-Man or Spider-Jew. Here are your choices.
Go ahead.
Number 1, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Who, of course, played Spider-Man.
Come on, he's a Nick. He's a Nick. Come on.
All right,
Number
go
2, James Franco, who played Harry Osborn.
Guinea.
Go ahead.
Number 3, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Who played the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ, and a Jewish boxer named Shloimo in The Triumph of the Spirit.
All right. Now, Kurt has mentioned Tobey Maguire, James Franco, and Willem Dafoe.
Who is the Jew?
Ooh.
The ball is in your court, Billy.
I understand. I got to go with Willem Dafoe that he changed his name, but I don't know, French. Wait, let me think. Tobey Maguire, I mean, I don't think that's a changed name.
Tobey Maguire
James
looks
Franco.
Jewish to me, though.
No, James Franco looks like a Musa de Juch a little bit.
Now you understand the Nazi dilemma.
Right. They used to sit around like this all day.
You know, part of being a Nazi all day.
That's why the eye ties were in second place in World War II.
Now
It took the Nazis to lead you.
The book was called Mein Kampf. Now you know his struggle. Well, let's try and break this down for you. Do any of them have allergies?
All right.
Don't Jews have a lot of allergies,
That's
according
what
to
I
Scott
heard. I
DePace?
heard that from Scott DePace.
All right. Here's my thinking
Can
of
I
it.
just point out, Howard, you just said he looks Jewish. What's that?
Yeah, I'm making a joke, asswipe.
No, he's not, Gary. He's not making a joke.
All
He knows
right,
what
let's
he's talking
see.
about. Come on.
Well, William Dafoe. Tobey Maguire, for some reason, I think is Jewish.
Really? No. He looks like a little Irishman.
Then that would have to be a changed name, you think? Or maybe his father was Irish and his mother was Jewish?
I don't know. What percentage Jew does one have to be to qualify, Kurt?
1/10 of 1 drop of 1% makes you.
All right, so
makes
that
you
means they have
a
to have
Red Sea
Jewish blood.
pedestrian.
I seem to remember when we interviewed him that maybe he said he had a Jewish mother. I don't know, and that would make him Jewish, right, Kurt?
Hangs out in Hollywood with non-Jews.
All right, James Franco, though, we had him in here. And
We did? We never had James Franco in here.
no, we had him in here.
When?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You love maybe, or I mean, whatever.
Franco-American, makes spaghetti.
Willem Dafoe, I seem to think.
See, I think he's the Jew.
You think Willem Dafoe? I'm going to think it's Tobey Maguire. I don't know why.
Because
I think it's Willem Dafoe.
See, a lot of these are tricky because the last name doesn't give it away.
Right.
That's why it's called Guess Who's the Jew, Billy.
Right. All right.
I guess Willem Dafoe.
All right, lock him in with Willem Dafoe, please. Are you saying Jews are sneaky? Would they trick you with...
They're
a little bit,
tricky.
Howard.
They're deceptive. They're sneaky. They're cunning. They're cagey.
All right, let's see. Okay, so you say it's Willem Dafoe. All right.
His whole name.
All right, let's go to Kurt Voldheim Jr. Kurt, you hold the answer.
I do. As for Tobey Maguire, yes, you're correct. He is a Mick. As for Willem Dafoe, he played a Jew. But he's not Jewish. Number 2, Harry Osborn, Spider-Man, star of Pineapple Express. His mother is a Jewess.
Wow. Who knew that?
Guess what, Billy?
I gave it a shot.
Go back to driving the truck. You win nothing.
All right, thank you, Kurt Vold.
Thanks for giving me a shot, Howard.
All right, sorry about that. I feel like giving him the money anyway.
You said you weren't going to do that.
I'm not allowed to do that.
I got a lot of Pampers to buy.
All right. Hold on. We get the money.
Thanks, man.
All right.
I can't believe James
Howard,
goes
Howard.
with you.
What?
Do you say, like, when you say horrible, it sounds like your mother. And when you say absolutely, it sounds like your father.
Right.
You ever notice that?
Well, there's a lot of things I do that resemble things my parents do because I was lived with them for 18 years. All right, thank you. Hold on the line, and I'll get you
I
to
love you,
700.
Howard.
Love
Thanks,
you, too.
man.
All right, hold on. Thank you, Kurt Voldheim Jr.
Guten Tag.
Off he goes. Where does he go when he leaves
I have to do
here?
experiments.
He experiments on people.
Oh, yes. I remember one experiment. One time I took a man's foreskin, transplanted it to his eyelids, and every time he would rub his eyes, his nose would ejaculate.
He did medical experiments during World War II.
I had no idea.
For the good of mankind.
Thank you. And what is an overwhelmingly anti-Semitic segment, the Guess Who's the Jew,
Yeah.
intended to point out how angry and horrible the world.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hyde and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
On Monday's wrap-up show, everyone talked about how I messed up and didn't have clips ready for the show, and how we would fix and rectify the situation.
We should talk first about JD, as you were most of the focus of today's show, JD, with those clips or lack thereof. And Gary, normally JD's right on the ball with all that stuff, and I know it must be frustrating to JD when Howard wants something and it's not there, and the shrapnel is just flying.
It's not just frustrating; it's my nightmare. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, how is it your nightmare?
Because it's my job. I have to. I take pride, and I know it's not that popular of a job or whatever, but
to who? It is
not that well known. You know what I mean? It's like
you downgrade yourself too much. I tell everyone it's an important job, and there's people that want your job, so it must be important that people want it.
Yeah, I know, but anyway, I take pride in having stuff ready, as soon as he calls for it or whatever. And that was a big worry. That's one of the reasons why I was coming in overnight, so I would have stuff ready. Mm-hmm. And this I knew as soon as I knew whenever the hour change of me coming in at like 4:30, I knew it would fuck something up sooner or later. I thought it'd be the Oscars. I didn't know what I was going to do about the Oscars, but then this came along and it came a lot sooner than I thought.
So did you feel like you needed some help?
It's not that I need help. I just, I would like, I know, it's Howard's show, and he wants to bring up stuff whenever he brings it up. I just wish he would somehow wait, but he can't.
But why? But let me ask you a question. Because he would say, and I'm not giving you a hard time, but why would he want to wait for something to happen on Friday night?
I know, and that's I'm just. It's my fault. It's not that I need help. It's just I need to sort of prioritize or get figure out to do stuff. I mean, if I knew this thing would have been that important, I would have came in on Saturday to do it. And I didn't, and now I know I'll just I'm not, how Howard runs his own board. Mm-hmm. He's not comfortable with anyone runs. That's sort of how I am with my job. I don't feel comfortable with someone doing something that I'm sort of
JD. Yeah, but I can wait. Hold on, we're gonna get to it in a second. There's a bunch of things I want to say, but first of all, I can understand that
that some of the stuff you do and there's a way you edit and all that, and I understand that. But this particular thing is very simple, cut and edit. You cut the song and you put it in, you create a file. So it's almost impossible to mess up. I think I said this on the air once before, if I give you any advice, one of the things I learned very early on, I was working for Howard for 3 months, and I was in the office one day and he goes, listen, for today's show, I need this, 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 and this. And by the way, I might need this. And so I, in my head, prioritized. And oddly, the thing that was the last thing that he asked for that I think he wanted was the first thing he wanted.
That's exactly.
And I learned quickly that you have to prioritize, but you can never try to read him and say, I don't think he'll be interested in it, because a phone caller could call and suddenly he's very interested in it. With the Haiti concert, that's the kind of thing, just knowing the show, that I would know he'd want that ready first thing this morning. Almost not even like he's looking for it, but almost like you'd give it to him and go, here's stuff to goof on. So if you need help, we're all about helping you.
No, I know. And you know what? The other thing with the Haiti thing is, I knew it was this whole big telethon or whatever, and I looked on, I go through a lot of websites to see what people talk about, to see what was possibly controversial or whatever. That way, I would know sort of, I could have a heads up on sort of stuff to look for. And there wasn't really anything, controversial or anything all that people I just didn't read a whole lot about it, and that was another thing.
Here's the hard part is you would have I watched it later that night. I got home from dinner at like 10. I watched it in like no time at all, and I almost wrote notes the next day to Howard about some of the people and some of the things that were going on, because when you have that many celebrities, it's more observational and listening.
Yeah, I know. And I've almost, even during vacations, I've almost thought about writing Howard, just saying, hey, if you see anything that you might want to bring up when you come back, just send me a note or something, and that way I'll definitely have it. And, I don't know.
But my original point, I lost my train of thought. My original point was when you said you were going to come in on Saturday to do it, you shouldn't have to come in on Saturday. That should be one of those things where you've got a plan for this morning. So you tell Scott, hey, can you get this stuff for me?
Yeah, I mean, it was part of the plan, but it just wasn't. It just didn't. It came up before I got to it.
What about you made a comment that you don't want basically anybody else doing your job. Like you have a way, you're setting your stuff, and I'm sure Scott or Rich or Sal, whoever else, would be happy to help you out, but it doesn't sound like you'd be comfortable with that. Is that because you're it's your job and you're protecting it in a way? Is it because they won't do it the way you want it done? Like, why do you feel that way?
It's just like a combination of things. It's more that, like, if it's my responsibility, I would rather have the full responsibility rather than sort of delegating it just in case it got messed up or something. Like the Eric the Midget show, a couple times I would ask this guy that works, overnights to record it, and a couple times he forgot or somehow got recorded, wouldn't record or something. I don't know. So, I came in to do that specifically so I would make sure it got done. You know what I mean? So if I want something done, I feel like I almost have to do it myself.
But I realize Howard's right. Now, you should involve me in the process more, because for me, I know the kind of hours you keep and I know how hard you work. If you came to me and you said, hey, went to record Eric the Midget last night, guy forgot to record it, I go, that's it. I'll go to Tim. Tim will find somebody to get it done to make sure it never happens again, so that you don't have to spread yourself so thin.
Well, Gary, Howard did involve you to the point where you were getting a lot of crap today for this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was mostly unfair in the sense that, here's the interesting thing. When JD moved his hours, nobody told me. I just happened to see him here one day, and I go, what's going on? Oh, I moved my hours. Like, nobody sent me an email or anybody let me know he moved his hours. And my first thought was, well, if you're coming in at 4:30 in the morning, you clearly can't get as much done as you were getting done at 11 o'clock at night, but I understand that you're moving them. And I was like, you're cool? You have everything you need? And he said, yeah. So, I can't tell there's an issue till there's an issue, or until he tells me there's an issue.
So do you feel you were unfairly blamed?
I just said that. I was mostly unfairly blamed.
He was. And the thing with me is I one day Howard was going back to his office, and, we talked about my new hours or whatever. And I said, yeah, just, the only thing is I might not have stuff as soon as you need it or whatever. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. And then today it was, I just know what to do now. So
you mean he was nice to you off the air and mean to you on the air? And you're fucking nuts?
All right, on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discussed the legendary rock and roll star Ozzy Osbourne, who had a great appearance on Howard. We talked about the stories he told. The stories that we could understand were discussed on the wrap-up show. So check it out.
Ozzy looked, he was thin. He looked pretty good, didn't you think, Eric?
Yeah, he looked great. He was alert and happy and everything.
Now, is it different when Ozzy's in there without Sharon?
A little bit.
How so?
She is a phenomenal interpreter. Sometimes Ozzy says stuff and you don't catch it and you let it go by, or sometimes he says stuff and you do understand him, and then Sharon tells you what he actually meant. And that's funny. Their dynamic is very interesting together.
Can you understand Ozzy?
Mostly.
How about you, Benji?
I was just a few feet away, and I couldn't unless I was really focusing. Like, there was a lot of times I had no idea, and I was shocked that Howard understood, but I guess Howard was really, really focusing on what he said.
Now, what do you guys think makes Ozzy so charming?
What are you going to say?
He seems like he seems happy. He seems nice. It's the happiness about him.
I think he has an I don't give a shit attitude without being arrogant, which is hard to pull off. He's just like, you know what? I did what I did. I do what I do. I make no apologies. But yet he's still somehow lovable.
Now, do you think he's seen in the audience as the reality TV goofball star, or is he seen as the lead singer of Black Sabbath?
Depends how old you are. I think that there's a certain audience. My kids only mostly know that and they didn't watch the show. They just know of him as a reality star. And then I turned him on to some Ozzy music.
See, that blows me away that people think of him as a wacky TV dad. Well, without knowing his musical history.
Because he was one of the best, wackiest TV dads ever.
That's true. But he did say, he admitted to, the show getting a bit cumbersome, and to the point where, in the safe room, there's a camera there. Cameras literally everywhere, 24/7.
It sounded like his biggest complaint was he had nowhere to scratch his balls without a camera.
Yes, he did say that specifically. Mark in Jersey, you're on the wrap-up show.
Steve Langford's mother's a cunt.
That was Captain Jenks. That was Captain Jenks.
Was it Jenks?
Absolutely. I recognize that Philly accent anywhere, and the tone. It was absolutely Captain Jenks.
Jenks, if that was you, call back and admit to that, because you fooled Steve Brandano, and that's saying a lot, seriously. But let's get back to Ozzy. So, did you know about the Bill Cosby and how he hated Cosby for sending him that note when the show first started?
No, but Cosby's a complete hypocrite. He really is. Cosby did the show that he wanted to do. Cosby's the one who called up one of the Wayans brothers and gave him a hard time for making the movie Booty Call after it had come out in public that Bill Cosby had made booty calls. Remember, Bill Cosby had that woman, and he had to admit that he had had an affair, and she was his booty call, and he said, I don't think booty call is sending the right message to young kids and to black America. I was like, you made a booty call, shut the fuck up.
But I wasn't sure if Cosby sent the letter personally or if it was like an editorial he wrote in the paper. Why can't you do something and think it's wrong?
Well, writing an editorial because who asked Bill Cosby what the fuck he thinks?
Maybe he thinks, hey, I can influence this guy a little bit and suggest to him this is bad for society.
That's an unbelievable arrogance to pick up a pen and write a letter to a stranger telling them why they're doing something wrong. It's a huge arrogance, don't you think?
Yeah, and that's Dr. Cosby also who's writing that letter. Whenever he takes on that title, he seems to be awfully preachy.
You think he signs it Dr. Cosby?
Absolutely.
PhD,
whatever that, yeah, Dr. William, whatever it
William
might
H.
be.
Cosby.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you do it in a nice way and you're sincere about it.
The way I've heard that he's done it to other people, it's not so nice. Like, I've heard that he's...
I might completely disagree with him.
But who asked for his opinion?
Well, what if you think, hey, I want to try to make the world a better place, and maybe by doing this I will.
That in and of itself is an arrogant thought. You can make the world a better place in small ways, but you can't change everyone. And I think Cosby sometimes thinks he can.
I think the Cosby thing had to do with something that you just said, though, actually, because Ozzy was in a list of like TV dads. And Bill Cosby obviously is another TV dad, so that's
should have sent him a shitty, ugly sweater and shut up.
I like the Huxtable wear. The other thing Ozzy talked about, of the many things he went over, was touring. And Richard came in, and it seemed that the two of them had different touring experiences, both being in metal bands. Why do you think that might be, Gary?
Well, because somebody was paying to 150,000 people in Europe, and somebody was playing to 150 people.
But Ozzy said, the groupies aren't exactly the best looking, but how could Richard not get laid being out there for so long? And Richard managed to do just that.
Oh, we don't understand it. I mean, you could get laid being on this show, for God's sakes. I mean, if you're in a band, you got a pair of drumsticks and stuff. The drummer's almost like except for the lead singer, the drummer's a cool guy in the band. The bass player, I think, is the guy that gets no respect. But the drummer's like, you're the drummer, throw a stick out to the hot chick in the front row. You get something going.
Just like that thing you do with the shades.
Yeah, exactly.
When Ozzy also made a comment about girls getting tattoos and how he wasn't a big fan of that and thinks it's a mistake. Do you agree?
I think that a tattoo on a chick can be really cute and interesting on the right girl in the right place, but I think that they're completely overused, and I think there's a lot of fat chicks with novels on their back running around.
Benji?
I'm not. Listen. I date girls that have tattoos, and they're beautiful girls. But personally, if you ask me, should I get a tattoo? I'll say no.
Well, that's because of the Jewish thing.
No,
right?
it's not. I mean, it might have been influenced by that, but I think the plain body is a lot hotter.
I think tramp stamp is the greatest term ever invented because it totally explains exactly what that thing is.
Yeah, it's extremely accurate. Now, if you missed Howard talking to Ozzy, here's a bit where he talked about actually being on antidepressants and how it affected his life.
Ozzy said he couldn't get hard because of the antidepressants he's on.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do sex. I'm on antidepressants. I take 4 Viagra and they don't work. It doesn't do anything.
But I don't take the antidepressants anymore.
Oh, you don't? So now
that's a side effect of the antidepressants. You can't have sex.
So
I thought, well, I'm depressed. Take an antidepressant, then I'm going to get more depressed because I can't get a hard on.
Right. So you're telling me you're off...
Should I give you a gun and a bullet?
Why were you on antidepressants? Look at you. You're happy. You're smiling.
Well,
you're laughing.
in California, I mean, they're dulled about like M&M's, I mean, some people really need them.
I mean, that's quintessential.
Wait, do you understand that last line?
No. I missed.
So in California,
I got that part.
You dole them out. Maybe they dole them out. Oh, okay.
Oh, they dole them out
like M&M's.
Right, and in California, he couldn't get a driver's license. It took him 19 tries to get a driver's license, but he got a sniper rifle right away.
And during one of the tests, he passed out.
You would think that in and of itself would make it so that you could never get on. You think they would mark passed out during tests to never let him back?
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, my good buddy Jim Florentine, the comedian, stopped by, talked about what it's like to have life after Robin Quivers, what it was like dating her, and what it's like with the fans. Talked to him about what went wrong with those guys.
We got to talk about Robin. And 6 in the morning, first thing Howard says coming out of the box is, oh, it looks like Robin got dolled up a little bit today. Have you ever noticed that? Do you think Robin sort of gets dressed up? I know you're not here every day, but does she get dressed up for you? Does she look particularly nice when you come in?
I don't know. I think she bring the boys out for you?
I don't know. Yeah, I saw some cleavage today, but I don't know. I didn't. It was more than usual.
If you would have tripped, I would have had to pull you out.
Well, you guys see her every day. I don't know. I mean,
well, Howard noticed it. Did you notice it?
Yeah, it was a little bit more today. The only thing I will say to defend Robin is, and this goes back to when we were talking about how professional or organized the Rosie O'Donnell show is. I'm pretty sure Robin doesn't even look at the schedule. Yeah, I really don't think. I think Robin just comes in and is like, who we have on today. I don't think
she didn't know Jim was coming in today?
I don't think so. But you never know.
Yeah, well, only Robin knows.
I didn't put, when I booked Jim, I don't go to Robin and say, hey, I had to do that one time. Yeah, I don't go to Robin and go, hey, just want to let Jim's coming on the show. Like, we're past that, so I don't know if Robin even looks at the schedule.
Well, she seemed genuine, and I know she always feels awkward about talking about any kind of relationship on the air, but she seemed genuinely surprised when you said that, yeah, I think she's got a little thing for Howard. There's definitely
she did,
because
that's always been the talk back and forth. Howard's always said that for years. So, yeah, it was definitely a surprise.
But you noticed that when you were dating her?
I don't know. I mean, she definitely... she didn't yell at Howard during sex, but I mean, she definitely has an admiration for him.
She has an admiration. She holds him in very high esteem. Almost, she always talks about Howard sometimes the way you talk about a really loved dead relative. Almost like he's really great. He was a great guy. She definitely loves him, but
she thinks of Howard as a dead relative.
She just holds him in this. Did
she refer to him
in a higher regard than most people?
Well, look, I mean, if I wouldn't take it personally if she did. He bought her a Mercedes. I took her to Applebee's. You know what I mean?
Did you guys really go to Applebee's?
No, we went to Fridays a couple times.
Applebee's is better.
You think?
No, I'm kidding. Applebee's got too many kids.
Yeah.
Fridays and
a couple times I pulled that off. No, but it's like sometimes like, hey, we're hungry. You want to just go here? She's like, it's fine. Robin was really cool with that stuff. Like she gets a lot of shit on the air, but she never had a problem. Like never ordered 800 bottle of wine or nothing like that. She was like, hey, let's go here. All right, that's fine. She hung out with my friends, not Crackfinger, but she's hung out with my buddies and stuff. And
they don't have that kind of wine at Fridays, though, Jim. I mean,
you could buy every bottle of wine at Fridays, and it would cost $800.
We went to a lot of nice places in New York, and so.
Now, what about Howard saying it was awkward speaking? Did you notice an awkwardness when you were out socially? And I mean, Howard said nobody wants to sit with him, which is his own theory. But like, were you quiet purposely? Were you watching what you said when you were hanging with Robin and Artie and those guys?
Not at all. But I mean, like I said, when Howard's out, I mean, you've been around him. Everyone flocks to him.
Right, but I was out with Jim and Robin one time socially, that North Shore Animal Dinner, dinner, and you were pretty quiet. I sort of thought you. I mean, we talked, but I had to talk to you you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like I don't know. It was one of those tables where it was hard to talk because there were a lot of people at the table. But for whatever reason that night I found you quiet.
Really, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I still get intimidated by him. I mean, you know, he's my idol, Howard and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't have to be that annoying guy. I already know him. I got that connection to him. I don't have to be like in his face. We already talk off the air or whatever like that. That I don't need to be around. But hey, what about me? I'm right here.
See, the thing that you battle though is there are those stories about you being out on the road and the different stuff that you did, you know, a long time ago. And now when you're out with Howard, that guy doesn't come out. You're more, and again, I understand why, but you're more reserved and sort of watching your play.
And also, he's there with Beth, so I can't go, hey, Howard, I banged this chick in the bathroom using saran wrap.
Why, Benji kept us riveted for an hour with that story. I'm not even kidding. We went to dinner one night. Benji started telling us stories. Beth was like, keep going. They were like the craziest stories.
Oh, Beth, I see. I don't know. I didn't know she would like that. So
I don't think she likes it from a sex point of view. She's just fascinated.
Hey, Jim, I have a question for you. I brought this up on the wrap-up show before.
Right.
I think you and Robin definitely like each other, definitely care about each other. But, and this is completely a rumor, someone told me that you guys never had intercourse, that you told them that. And I don't know.
That I told them that?
Yeah.
If I did, I was just joking. I might have said something after the show. Like, idiots come up to you and go, hey, so how was Robin? I go, no, we didn't have sex.
Right.
Oh, no, come on. No, seriously.
So you guys did have a sexual intimate.
Obviously. I mean, you know, we're two adults.
And how did the breakup occur? Because I don't think that we were ever clear on that.
Who wasn't clear?
No, we knew that you guys broke up sometime after Afghanistan.
Yeah.
When we came back from the war. But when did the actual breakup occur, and how did it occur?
We just grew apart, basically.
No, but was there ever like, hey, we should stop dating? Was there ever a discussion?
Right, did one person say to the other, well, I guess that's it then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one who broke up with her.
And Robin said that.
Yeah.
Robin did say that on the air.
Absolutely. Yeah, she did.
And how did you do it? Did you do it in person? And
I was going to text her, but the phone wasn't working.
Jim doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's going to send an email saying, hey, I mean, I would think. But
we talked about it. We were, having some issues and stuff. We talked about it, and then eventually just said, we're probably not going to be able to work this out.
Now, you've been on the show a couple of times since the breakup.
Yeah, I think it's like the third time.
Yeah, the first time, plenty of awkwardness. The second time, now it's the third time. And Gary, I want to get your there's still an awkwardness in the room when you're in there. There's still some tension.
Yeah, but here's what's great about it from my point of view. While the awkwardness is there, the niceties are getting less and less. And not that they're fucking with each other, but you're more willing to crack a joke or give a piece of information. Now it's getting more like,
And that goes like Robin is just as willing as Jim.
Absolutely. But the first time, I think everybody was on tiptoes. Wounds were sort of new and deep, and it was weird being back the first time. Now it's just like, okay, you want to zing me a little bit, I'll zing you back.
Yeah, like when Robin said, I think it was a mistake, but I was with them and stuff. But I didn't take that personally. I thought that was funny, when you hear those stories. But I'm not going to sit there with Robin, when I'm trying to date her and go, look, I fucked some girl with saran wrap, Like if she brings it up, she goes, look, tell me if you did anything crazy. I will, but it's not something you bring up.
Right, I get it.
Whereas Sal, on the other hand, just jumped right in there, was dying to tell that
I had
story.
no problem with that. It's funny.
Yeah. And Richard, too, lining up to tell. I mean, Richard will tell that Crackfinger story every single time Jim's name is mentioned.
He just likes to say Crackfinger as much as he can.
Killjoy, you're on the wrap-up show.
How you doing there, brother?
Doing all right. What's on your mind?
Well, what's with this Robin? She's a little infantile lately. All this week she's been bringing up the goddamn Mel Gibson movie, which I want to see, just to get under Howard's skin. It doesn't seem like she's, that admiration is right there. She's just trying to get under his fucking panties. I mean, what do you think of that bullshit?
I don't see it at all. Of course she's going to bring up Mel Gibson because Mel Gibson has all this crazy shit going on, and this is the first time Mel Gibson has gone out to do press for a movie since he committed this horrible anti-Semitic act. So, of course, Robin's going to bring it up because it's funny to goof on Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I don't think Robin's trying to get under Howard's skin.
Yeah.
She's trying to fan the flames a little bit, but I don't think she's trying to piss him off by a long shot.
Right.
You don't think it's subtle anti-Semitism?
I don't think so. Maybe I'm missing that. Matt, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, hey guys. I found it fascinating today that Jim brought up that Howard wrecked his relationship with Robin. Did you guys notice that? And Gary, do you agree? Is Robin really in deep love with Howard? What do you guys think?
I don't think that Robin is in love with Howard now. Again, I don't know, but I think there may have been a period of time where she might have been. Not in any way that she would have wanted to act on it. You can be in love with somebody and know that you can't act on it.
When was that?
I'd say back maybe in the 80s, like the late 80s.
And do you think Howard was aware of it?
They had such a deep connection as a friendship. You know how you could be really good friends with somebody, but it means more to the other person. And again, this is just me talking. Robin's, again, listening to the replay, driving her car, smashing windows. It's the way I see it. But I think that she certainly loves him. But I know what this guy's asking. Matt's asking, do I think Robin is in love with him? And I don't believe that to be the case now, but that may have been the case at some point.
Yeah, there's a difference between having admiration and respect and being close friends and being in love with the guy, Gary. I mean, those are two very different things, I think. And I'm surprised. That's the first time I've ever heard you say that you think she actually might have been in love with him for a period of time.
For a short period of time, maybe.
Jim, did you ever notice? I mean, you came in late to the game, obviously, but as a fan, I mean, did you ever notice that or think that was the case?
I think it's more of Howard always saying it. Robin's in love with me. He's been saying it over the years, so maybe that's where I got that from. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Benji? He's.
Neither of you guys were around during the period that Robin was in love with Howard.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, all the talk was about Ronnie. On-air Ronnie, particularly the show that he did. He took a lot of flack for his live read. And Ronnie explained how he felt that everybody sort of had it in for him beforehand. And then he was pissed at Jason because Jason said one thing to his face and then said another thing to the Howard 100 News. Lots of conflict, lots of complication. In other words, another typical wrap-up show. Here it is.
Couple things, Ronnie. First of all, you took a lot of flack for your show, and even in here, before you went on the air, you said that Howard pretty much sunk the show no matter what you did that night. And now, after the live reads and the breaking balls, I mean, do you think Howard wants you to be on the air, doesn't want you to be on the air?
I don't know anymore. I give up.
Does he give you does he send mixed signals?
No, he didn't send any kind of signal to me. I mean,
well, no, you were complaining the other day when we were on the wrap-up show. You were saying, I think it's bullshit. Howard said already this is one showing out.
Yeah, because they weren't happy with the auto show, obviously. Okay, so then he went to the whole thing about doing this one, and it sounded like because I was going to curse, and because it's the fucked up news, and then we changed it, and I didn't curse the whole fucking show. Not once I cursed. One time I said shit by mistake.
Was that hard for you?
No. I mean, Jim's here. Was it hard for me not to curse?
Well, when you did that anal description, you didn't need to curse. I mean,
I didn't curse.
And you also said you didn't host this show. That was a big difference.
I wasn't the host of the show. Richie Wilson was the host. It was his idea. He was the host, and it was more comfortable for me because I didn't have to worry about working the phones and all that baloney and hanging up on people or whatever, and reading the intros coming back in and all that. I had to read the live spot. But that's what the sponsor paid for. The sponsor obviously paid for me to... Because I even said during the show, I'm not going to... I'll let the chick read most of the spot. Okay? And then I would chime in, as she was reading it. Mm-hmm. And Jim said, no, the sponsor wants you to read the spot. So I read the spot. And meanwhile, everybody's... You're sitting there with a piece of paper on the desk. You got a guy across from you that looks like Humpty Dumpty. You got a girl next to you, to your right. You got Richie to your left, and a guy across from you, okay? They're all laughing while I'm reading. And you could see it as you're reading it, even though you're looking down at it, you could see them laughing. I could see it. And now, it's screwing me all up in the head.
You're always going to be in a room full of people. You got to just learn to tune people out.
Yeah, but
it's hard, I know.
They're laughing, man.
I know, but fuck them. You're the one reading.
Did you think they were laughing at you or laughing with you?
I don't even know. You know what? Jason, is so full of shit because he says one thing and then he goes and says another thing afterwards. You know.
Yeah, you said on the air today after your show, he was all like, "Hey, we did a good job."
No,
and
I said because like even with the auto show, at the end of the show, I'd say to the guys, "What do you think?" And Jim would say, "Yeah, it was okay." But then. Like at the end of this show, everybody, it was great. In the first couple of minutes, it was a little slow, but then it started to move along because we were doing all phone calls and everything like that. We weren't talking about, trying to dig up things to talk about. It was people calling in and we were just answering questions for them. And then at the end, we're sitting, when the mics went off, I said, what do you guys think? Jim says, I think it really went good. The beginning needs to be tightened up a little bit. And Jason, yeah, it was really good. And then he goes to Shuli and he turns the whole thing around like the show should never be on again. I mean, what the fuck, man? Why would you say something to my face and then go behind my back?
But I understand.
But that's Jason.
I understand why you would be annoyed.
I mean, I was warned about Jason, but I was warned that I shouldn't even have him on the show.
I can understand why you would be annoyed.
Never mind who warned me. I've heard it from more than one person that he's a fucking snake.
I was going to say I can understand why you would be annoyed, but if the show was over and you said, what do you think? And Jason goes, you know what? That fucking sucked, and I don't think we should ever do that show again. How would you have felt?
I'd rather have it that way. Tell it to me.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go behind my back.
I think people say they'd rather have it that way. The other thing, too,
no,
is...
I would, Gary, because I went through with the auto show, and you know what? I got smoke blown up my ass from people, and then, Monday morning I get, Tuesday morning, whatever, Howard rips my asshole open. I'd rather have it that way.
Jason, Ronnie says you're a big snake.
And everyone warned him.
Like you told him one thing at the end of the show, and then you went to Shuli and basically said the show sucked.
Right, what I did not. Well, I might have. I don't remember what I said to Shuli, but I said to you immediately after the show that it was good, but it needed to be tightened up.
Yeah, right.
And then when I told the news was you were good on the show, Richie was good on the show, but the show needs to be more structured to continue.
Yeah, but no, you said the show should basically not air again.
I wouldn't air that pilot in its original form. Like I wouldn't do that the exact same way we did it again. No.
Okay, fine.
I mean, I said you were good. I said this was the best show you've ever been on.
I'm not asking for you to wipe my ass. I'm asking you. I asked you what you thought of the show. I'm not asking you to say, "Oh, I was great."
Also, immediately after the show, of course, you're high off what you just did. Like you're like, "Whoa, this was great. Good job, good job, good job, good jobs all around." And you sleep on it. And
yeah, but don't say it's a good job if you don't think it's not a good job.
What? You did a good job. Richie did a good job. I feel I did a good job, but we went in there with no structure. We just plunked the phones down, and I don't think that is the way to move forward in the future. That was my opinion.
Okay, fine. That's not the way you put it, though, but all right.
Well, I don't know. I have to hear back the news report. Honestly, I don't remember what I said to Shuli, but I'm sure he's got me saying.
Well, I heard the headlines that Lisa G read this morning.
Yeah, well, those are always dead inaccurate.
Again, I know people think I kissed Jason's ass, and Jason can he definitely might have thrown you under the bus, but I wouldn't take the news headlines because they take something and make it as big as they can.
Well, yeah, I found that out.
Just listen to the story. Get the unedited audio from Shuli. Listen to it, and if you still have a problem with what I said, then I will listen to it, and if I will definitely say if I said the wrong shit, I will apologize and move on.
Okay.
All right.
Good enough.
Thank you.
All right.
Feel better, Ron?
No, but all right.
Jeannie in Syracuse, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi. I listened to the show the other night, and Jason was just swearing left and right after Ronnie was told not to. And I think he was personally trying to ruin Ronnie's show. He turns around and he badmouths people left and right. He just did it to Ralph about the Geek Show.
Somebody else told me that about the swearing. I don't know. I have to go back and listen to it. I certainly wasn't trying to swear on purpose or swear any more than I usually do. But I certainly was not trying to sabotage the show. But and maybe I swore and I didn't hear myself doing it. Well, I swear a lot.
In Jason's defense, basically, I was told not to curse. I don't know about anybody else.
But I certainly wasn't going out of my way to curse or anything like that, or especially not to sabotage the show.
No, I went in there. When Howard said to me on the air that morning, watch out with the language, not fuck this and fuck that. I went home and I thought about it. And I said, well, maybe he's right. Maybe I should go in there with a different whole attitude. Be my nasty self as usual, but leave the language out, and that's what I did. And I don't know.
But I've heard that before. Like my wife says I swear constantly, and I don't hear it. So I'm not denying that it happened. It wasn't a conscious thing.
Ronnie, how do you think the show was?
I thought it was pretty good. Because the email came in. See, now, that's another thing that annoyed me. A lot of good email came in.
How do you know? Like,
I read it.
Where did it come into?
I saw it. I don't know. I saw it in demand. They had it up on a computer in there. Right. I saw it there. It was like 50-50. Some people hated it. Nobody even really said they hated it. You know, some people said it's, you know, typical me, but it stunk. You know, stuff like that. But then there was a lot of good stuff like, this is his format. You know, it's better. This is better than the auto show. This, you know, he's more himself and all this kind of baloney. You know, so it made me feel good. And then
all stuff I said, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like Howard wouldn't read the good. He never reads the good email when if I do anything. You know what I'm saying? It's always the bad stuff.
It's not just you, dude.
John, can I introduce the next caller?
Sure, go right ahead.
Because you know, here's the thing. What I hate about Ralph when he talks about me is what I love about Ralph.
What he's going to do to me now, right?
That's the dichotomy for me and Ralph. So I see up here, it says Ralph has a list of what was wrong with Ronnie's show.
Good. Okay.
And I'm dying to hear it.
Okay, great.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say a list, but first of all, saying it wasn't as bad as the auto show isn't exactly a compliment, but we'll move on from that. Here's the problem with it. You had 4 people there giving advice. And you started off for like 10, 15 minutes. You guys were talking to each other about what your problems were. That's just kind of ridiculous. Go off in a corner between yourselves and figure that out. The audience doesn't need to hear that. And the other problem is, you know, you started taking calls, but then you start to take calls and somebody has a question about something, and then you get 4 different answers. If I want to get advice from somebody, I want one person with one direct opinion. And if it's going to be you, Ronnie, it's going to be you. But whether you buy into the fact that you can give advice or not, you know what I mean? You don't. What advice show do you call, and it's it's 5 people giving you an answer?
The doctors.
Well, in Ronnie's defense,
I mean that shows everybody sits there touching their fucking opinion.
In Ronnie's defense, that's how the show was pitched. That you have 4 opinionated guys that come from 4 completely different places and are probably going to give you 4 different pieces.
And a girl with an annoying voice who all of a sudden just started doing news stories on it. Like, where did that come from?
Ralph, do you think the show should be back?
Well, probably not. I mean, you know, not everybody needs a show, too. You know, it's like...
I agree, Ralph. Not everyone needs a show.
Stay on schedule today, and we'll get to the news at 9 o'clock because what happened was Rosie O'Donnell is doing her show that airs on Starz Channel 102 at 10 a.m. She's doing it from a studio here, right next to where they do the wrap-up show. Mm-hmm. So Rosie invited me on as a guest. She said, would you just stop by and say hello on the air? Which I'd be happy to do, but usually we go to about 11 o'clock, and then, then we have a staff meeting on Tuesday, so by the time I get done, she'll be out of here. So I thought maybe what I'll do is I'll do the news at 9, and then at 10 o'clock I'll walk over, and they can air it on here and on Rosie's channel.
Oh, okay.
So,
and I get to go home.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Go do whatever you want. All right, so... Now I'm exhausted, and I don't really want to go over to the Rosie show. I like Rosie, you know, but I just felt she did our show, so maybe I should go over and say hello on her show.
Well, at least it's not going to her house. You just have to walk down the hall.
I know. It's time for my to go back to the office and do some work. I mean, take a nap, do some work.
Early yet. You wouldn't be going necessarily at this time.
All right, so what is it, Gary?
You should go over, but I heard we just missed the riveting... Brian Phelan, Rosie interview. I guess Brian went over to set up some equipment. She started interviewing him.
He's a good interview. I've interviewed him many times.
Exactly.
What's going on? Rosie is in a studio next to where we do the wrap-up show.
Right.
So you'll do the wrap-up show, and I'll go over and do Rosie's show.
Right. As soon as you're done talking, you'll do Rosie's show, but we're going to hear it here, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go over there now, Robin. Do you mind just vamping till I get in the studio?
Sure. You got a long walk.
Who are you going to talk to, Fred?
That's who's here, and Benji. I can't even see Benji.
What is the topic?
What is the topic?
And then you'll hear me go, oh, hello, Rosie, I'm dropping by.
I'll do a Fred moment. We'll find out what's been going on with Fred.
What if I start talking during it?
Well,
then
oh, you're taking a wireless mic with you?
No. I'll just walk down there. I'll be on and I can be there in a minute.
Well, it doesn't take long for a Fred moment.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
This is a bonus to our fans.
We're going to find out what Fred's been up to. As Howard takes his triumphant walk, he's going to grace Rosie with his presence. And I have to watch Scott try to get prepared for all this.
Hello? He's coming down the hall now.
That's very distracting,
Hello?
actually.
Am I blinding anybody with my bald head?
So, Fred, what has been going on in your life?
I actually watched a very interesting show last night on Bio. I think it was called, oh, God, these guys were going up for parole.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could remember the name of the show because I'd recommend it, but it's like these guys go up before a parole board, and they tell you about all their crimes and everything like that, and they have to, convince this parole board that they can be let out on the street. And after you watch this show, you realize why most of these guys are in prison and should never be let out.
Okay, I think I'll start watching Scott again. Look at all these people. I think it's time.
Wow, oh my God, this is like a television
This
show.
is exactly what it's like. Hello, Howard
Oh,
Stern.
hey, Rosie, I just dropped by.
How are you?
Good. Who is everyone here?
Well, next to you is Jeannie Weenie, and she's my friend from Comac.
Hey, Jeannie, how you doing from Comac?
And there we got...
Comac's a nightmare.
Isn't it a nightmare?
It sure is.
Yeah, and there's, we got a Deer Park right there, your cameraman.
Oh, yeah. Brian is here. Who is this?
That's Helene. Helene. She does my hair and makeup, isn't she? Nice, sexy.
Thanks. I like you.
Yeah.
And she wasn't good enough for you to make the cut?
No, believe me. We tried, Helene and I. She's got that heterosexual thing in the way.
Yeah, You're into guys?
Yep.
Ugh.
Very. young,
Howard,
young, sexy guys.
Men. Yeah.
She dates 20-something-year-olds.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Now, this, let me describe to people that this is more of a professional setup. This is almost like you can't let your hair down.
Exactly. It's not good for me.
And you look made up. You have hair and makeup.
I did GMA today. I did Good Morning America.
What are you promoting now? Are you promoting Sirius, or are you promoting the fact that you have a new girlfriend? That's what
it's all about the girlfriend.
It
yeah,
is.
That's what it gets. It sort of felt like that. No, I have a new documentary on HBO. That I did with Sheila Nevins.
Which is about...
A family is a family is a family. It's all about kids.
All about kids.
And what kind of families are in the country, and you'll like it.
Oh, that's why you went on Oprah.
That's why I went on Oprah.
I didn't think you liked Oprah.
I do like Oprah, but I'm intimidated by her. I had a sort of strange... You know what happened when I got on my TV show in '96?
Right.
All of a sudden I was in competition with her.
Right.
And here was somebody who, as a woman, I grew up like, oh my God, that's the woman from Baltimore who made it and beat Donahue. And so I had reverence for her, and then I was in competition with her.
Yeah, and it
messed me up.
Right, because you were on the same time as Oprah.
Right.
And after all, Oprah is the benchmark.
Correct.
And then suddenly here you are, another woman.
Right.
And now you have to steal audience from her. And yet you were successful.
Right. Because I came on in the summer while she was on hiatus, right?
So it's true that there's room for two at that time slot. In other words, it's possible. Did you steal audience from her when you came on?
Well, when I came on, no other show was doing what I did. Like Merv, everybody was doing Let's Beat Each Other Up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you had like a nice show.
I had like Merv, like we watched in the 70s.
And so that worked.
It worked.
And did you steal audience from Oprah?
I think I probably made a dent into Summer for audience, but her numbers were always probably double what ours were. I was never really in competition.
I've always said to Rosie, hello, a lot of women around here. No guys work on this show, huh?
Just one, Pete. There he is,
How you
token.
doing, man?
The rest of them we put behind the booth, like you put Robin. We put them all
exactly,
back there.
Yeah, well, a lot of women. All right, now you're smiling. Gets me nervous in here.
No, you kidding? This is your dream. Should they all get naked? Well, I'll make them get naked for you.
Ladies, off with the clothes. Yeah, why is no one naked on this show?
We were waiting for you.
Rosie loves a naked... Well, you don't want to see me naked, honey. You have no idea what that looks like. But the fact that you stole audience from Oprah and you were able to succeed in that time slot is quite remarkable. And I still say to this day, the idea that Rosie walked away from the show is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
Right.
Making all that dough, all that success, but you were healthy enough. This is a true sign of health that you said, I had enough.
I had enough.
I made enough money.
That's right.
Most people are addicted. They can't give it up.
I know, but once you hit a number, was there a number that you thought, once I hit this number, I am done?
No.
There was for me.
And that was $100 million.
You got it, buddy. That's what
Right.
it was.
When
I
you-
hit that money. When I heard somebody told me that's what I had, I thought, I am never going to work again. Goodbye.
So you had made $100 million. Did you get nervous about money at any point when you walked away? Did you say, wait a second, I'm spending too much money? For example, you invested $10 million of your own money into the Boy George musical.
That's right, Taboo.
And you didn't make the money back.
At all.
Did that freak you out? Did
No.
you say, I have pressure now to get back?
Not for a moment. In fact, as soon as I left the show and I heard I had 3-digit millions,
Right.
I said to the money people, I never want to talk to you again. I never want to see you again. And if I ever have financial trouble again, I will sue all of you. Because
When you say the money people who invest the money for you.
Yeah.
And where did you invest this money that you were able to make a great amount of money with it? In other words, did you put it in bonds? Did you put it in stocks?
you could put it anywhere when it's $100 million and you could live off it the rest of your life, just the interest.
But a lot of people have taken a hit in these financial times. Even people like you have $100 million.
Yeah.
That the interest, you have to have seen the interest go down, right? And on your investments.
Do you want to know the truth, Howard?
Yes.
I never look at it.
You don't know what you have.
No.
You don't know how much of the principal of the $100 million you have.
No.
You might have lost $30-40 million in the stock market, and you don't know.
Right. And it's irrelevant because my money is in the lowest, kind of safest, sort of nerdy, don't gamble with it kind of.
It's in bonds.
Right. So it doesn't really affect me that much.
Right.
And I also, I shop at Target. So my budget is, my money guy goes, last year you spent $52,000 at Target. Can we knock it down to 42? I'm like, all right, I can do that.
Ai. Chão tem. O que é isso? Tava olhando o jogo do Brasil, empataram. Nossa, que isso? O Guzula e o Snow nem caíram lá. Nem vou falar nada.
Eu tinha marcado aqui.
É que eu sempre caio lá.
Seu colega tá remobilizando. Muito bem.
Cara, que boi.
Eu não sei cair em outro lugar. Tá sem shield, é esse?
Aqui faz a loja rapidão.
Eu sou placa, o corno.
Dessas caixas de refri aqui que dropa dinheiro, vai dar pra fazer a caixa rapidinho.
Caixa de refri pra dinheiro.
Se você dá coronhado ou atirando nessas caixinhas que tem
Deixa
um tigrinho.
eu ver.
No tigrinho.
Ou de drinks.
Deixa eu testar. Deixa eu
Quebrando
testar.
Ó, atira aqui, ó, nessas caixas.
Nem fudendo.
Você não sabia?
Não.
Aqui, meu, uma rodada você faz. Uma volta você faz rodada.
Gente, vocês estão ricos, velho. Ah, vai se fuder, cara.
Vem com nós, pô.
Eu descobri esses dias que aquelas caixas vermelhas em Rebirth dava pra quebrar e dropar os bagulhos também. Não faz muito tempo não, deve fazer um mês que eu descobri isso. E eu só descobri porque me falaram.
Dá pra comprar a caixa já. No caminho.
Então tá, né? Você já sabia, Nath?
Eu não, nunca nem joguei em bom.
Meu mais novo drop é aqui. Agora você tá lascado, Guzula. Eu vou cair aqui, eu vou amassar seu time quando a gente não estiver jogando junto.
Ai, que merda. Ó, o dinheiro tá na loja aqui, ó.
Nem precisa, né, galera? Vocês conseguem comprar 3 loadout, hein? Me pega! Ai, não me pegaram. O Snow aqui não me pegou.
Ainda tem gente do seu esquadrão
Tem
fora
caixa
da
de
zona
placa. Comprar um vante. Já tá rolante. Um vante. Dá pra ir pro mall. Mall também é bom de loot, mas cai muito cara, né? E mall é bugado. Nossa senhora, tem aquelas malas de 5 conto. Igual a fábrica lá de Rebirth. Nossa, alguém achou as armas aqui e nem pegou, porque já tinha. Ah, foi a Nath.
As minhas.
Ninguém caiu em mall. Não é possível.
Cuidado.
Não caiu sim, só lutearam o mal
Porque
mesmo.
todo mundo caiu em marketing.
Não, acho que eles só lutearam o mal mesmo, porque... Nossa senhora. Isso aqui também dá dinheiro? Gente, isso aqui também dá dinheiro. Os caixa eletrônico aqui, ó. E não foi pouco, não, porque eu tava zerada. Ai, gente, tô me sentindo muito burra, olha. Ah, nem fodendo, velho. Dá vontade de desinstalar o jogo, velho. Joga o bagulho e não sabe nem dos trem que tem nele. Tem cara aqui. Em cima.
Em cima.
É a caçada do Guzula.
Dei dano já.
Derrubei um em cima.
Ah, mano, já tá aqui comigo, vagabundo, velho.
Ai, mano, eu trepei na parede.
Filha da puta, mano.
Puta, 6 quando morreram.
Vou dar um verde, velho.
Eu trepei na parede, velho.